Today's guest, excuse me, man. Welcome back to Country Cousins Podcast, man. This is the podcast, man. We back in this bitch like the free clinic. Okay, so today we have a special guest, man. Comedienne, Miss JettaV, JettaV, man. She's from Kinston, North Carolina. Produced 7 NBA players. One most recently, Brandon Ingram. So, y'all give it up for her, man. Make her feel welcome. It's certain things you can't teach, man. Stage presence, the natural ability to be funny, making people laugh. Can't teach that. Small town, 20,000 people. Kinston, North Carolina, man, is very, very, very small. I had a cup of tea in Kinston, a couple times. She made the top 6 in Indiana's funniest. That's very dope, man. Competition. She is currently a finalist in the U.S. comedy competition that will take place on Zoom Thursday, February 25th. Go to Eventbrite to get y'all tickets. Thursday, February 25th. Eventbrite to get your tickets. U.S. funniest, America's funniest competition. She has a YouTube channel where she does comedy and she cooks food and funny. There's a very dope concept. So, we want to give her flowers before she get here. She's coming on now. Waiting on JettaV. JettaV Comedy, man. Shouts out to JettaV Comedy for coming through with this interview. I don't know what else, man. We finna get to it. She is hilarious. She told me this joke yesterday that had me dying laughing. She's hilarious, man. Y'all in for a treat. Let me get this label off. Since they don't want to sponsor us. It was like JettaV, JettaV, JettaV. What's hound? What's hound? What's hound? What's hound, big dog? What's up with you?
Hey.
What's up with you? You cool?
Ooh, hold on, my speakers are off.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. You got a nice background.
Oh yeah, this is my Ninja Turtles lair, man. You know what I'm saying?
Let me find me some.
Yeah, this is my Ninja Turtle lair, man. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, there, bro.
Trying to see. I'm trying to see how much the joke was real quick.
How do it?
Go to more. You see more in the corner with the 3 dots, and then go down to virtual background.
Come on, it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then you can add a picture, or you can, you know.
My husband. Because normally I would see it, but my more doesn't have it this time.
Oh yeah, ain't no problem, man. Hey, I want to tell your husband he looks like a famous comedian named Ronnie Jordan. He doesn't look like Ronnie Jordan, man. I ain't lying. Y'all know who Ronnie Jordan is?
But I was like, I'm about to have to look him up.
Yeah, look him up, man. Look him up, cause look, we had sent me the friend request. I was like, damn, she took a picture with Ronnie Jordan. like I ain't lying, man. I ain't lying.
You do a little bit.
I'm telling you, bro.
But I know his face, yeah. Is he still in the comedy game?
Yeah. He the guy who oh God. You mentioned his name yesterday. Oh man. God, you say you talked to him on Clubhouse. That guy, he's really
Rodney Perry.
Yeah, Rodney Perry. Yeah, he's really tight with Rodney Perry. Him, Carlos, and all them. He was on 85 South Show before. So yeah, he a real good kid. Real cool.
Ain't doing nothing you do.
Okay.
So, we can get right to it, man. So look, man, today we have a very special guest with us today, man. Miss JettaV Comedy. She is a top 6 Indiana's funniest. She has a competition coming up February 25th. You can get your tickets via Eventbrite. She's from a small town in Kinston, North Carolina, man. Produced 7 NBA players. Very humble, down-to-earth Southern woman. She grew up trying to make everyone laugh, and she succeeded. I was introduced to her by my cousin, Warren. He was on the podcast before. You guys probably remember the episode. But I want you guys to give it up for JettaV Comedy.
Yes. I'm happy to be here. Look, I hope they don't mind. I'm eating some cookies and milk.
Oh, fine, man. Hey, that's what they do.
But I got it in my solo cup.
That's what the Oriental folk do. They just walk by, man. Don't even worry. Don't even worry about it, man. I try to take the label off because Aquafina ain't paying me yet. So
Exactly.
So what's going on, man? Talk to me about the comedy game, man. What's up with it, man? Talk to me about your humble beginnings.
So I started just a year ago. Like a year and a month in now. I started gym.
Okay.
Took a comedy course with Helium. They have a couple of comedy clubs, a few states. They're here in Indiana. They are in Pennsylvania, Illinois. They have they actually bought Good Nights down in Raleigh. Okay. So if you remember Charlie Good Nights, now it's just Good Nights, and they're in a couple other states. So
okay.
They are, known around. Took a class, had my first showcase in March. Yeah. And the rest is history. Just been going ever since, doing as many open mics as I can. Of course, COVID hit, and I decided, hey, I need to still get my stuff out there. So I brushed off my writing pad.
Okay.
Started doing parody songs. We talked a little bit about that yesterday, doing parody music. Getting ready to finish editing a video I did for a jingle. Like I did a jingle for a friend of mine who has she's called the Recruiting Guru, and she has a recruiting business, and we are both in the HR realm, but she does more of the recruiting, resume review, resume writing, interview, and things of that nature. So did that for her, and it's coming out, and I'm very excited about it because I'm like, look, I need to do this by any means necessary. So yeah, and I'm in the top or the finalist for the U.S. comedy competition. So I think the comedy game right now, thank you. The comedy game right now is really for people who haven't had the opportunity to travel, who maybe didn't have the money to. This is the time to do it because a lot of it you can do via Zoom. And if you're comfortable making people laugh in front of the camera, if you can make somebody laugh and not be in the room, then by the time you get in the room with them, it's going to be amazing. So I think the game has changed. It's going to forever be changed because of this, but it's brought out a lot of creativity. So either you're going to get with it, learn how to pivot and roll with the punches, or you're going to get left behind.
Yep, that's true. So talk to me about like writing the joke, right? So like, what's the whole setup, man? Like, you don't have to give us all the sauce. Don't give us all the sauce. You know what I'm saying? Because you probably got a different process than everybody else. But like, what goes through your head? Do you come up with punchline first and then come up with a premise of the joke, or how does that go?
For me, I think it just depends on the type of comedian you are. So for me, I'm a story writer, some of it are storyteller. So the storytellers, we try to weave in things. We start off with something, we hit you with a punchline, then we try to, come back into it, and it'll all make sense by the time it's over. And you'll be like, oh, I remember she talked about this, or he talked about this. Some people are just punchline comedians. So I imagine their writing is a lot harder because they have to be like, it's got to hit, like everything has to hit or else it's not going to work. But formulating a joke is, for me, if I'm sitting if I'm talking to my friends and family, and I'm excited and happy that I haven't driven them crazy, because I always have my notepad with me. I'm writing down pen and paper, or I have my phone out. And like, if we're having a conversation and I'm making them laugh, or we're making each other laugh, I'm like, that's a joke. This is a joke. And so I'll write down like just things to help me remember. Then I go back and fill out the joke later, talk about, the story, like how it happened, set it up. But then, one of the things you do is, one of the things that really helps with writing is open mics. A lot of people go to open mics and they think they need to be perfect every time. And that's not the case. The whole purpose of an open mic is for you to see what works, what doesn't work, and fine tune it. And one of the best the best pieces of advice I've ever gotten, and a lot of comedians will give it to you, is record every set. And then after you do it, go back and listen to every set. Because that's the only way you're going to know where people, where you get your laughs the majority of the time, what you can cut out, what falls flat, what doesn't make sense, how you can, cut it down. And that's, to me, it's the ultimate self-awareness. If you don't want to go back and listen to yourself, then do you even want to get better? So my method of writing is always write. Like, there is a joke in everything. In life, life is funny. I talk about life in my stand-up. I told you a joke yesterday, and it was actually a true story. And the crazy thing is, my husband, he's not surprised at what comes out of my mouth anymore. I have a joke that I've written around something that happened when we first got married, and I'll tell it to you because it's a part of another joke. So it just but so after we got married, I was changing my name. You have to change the name on everything. I called the bank. And I was like, hey, I need a new debit card, I need a credit card. And it was 3 cards that I needed. And they were like, oh, okay, great. It's going to be $10 a card. Are you okay with us charging your account? And I said, why am I being punished? And the lady was like, what? Like, she just couldn't believe it. I said, I just got married. Like, this is a joyous occasion. And you're punishing me by making me pay money for new cards. I was like, this doesn't make sense. Oh, Lord. So she put me on hold. She got her manager. He came up there. He was like, I understand you just got married and we're so happy. So what we're going to do, we're going to waive the fee. And they sent us a $25 Visa gift card.
Yeah, that's what's
up. So I'm like, look, I said what's on my mind. And in that moment, I was like, I I feel like I'm being punished. Y'all should be like, thank you. You should be giving me a gift.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Shit,
Exactly.
that $55 free. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Shit, goddamn. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all, man. So like, your first time on stage, how did you go from writing jokes on the pad to saying, you know what? Fuck it. Let me just try this and see what's going on. What was your first experience like on stage?
On stage. It was, I'm not gonna lie and tell you that I don't get nervous. I'm nervous every time I get on stage because you don't know what you're gonna get. You may never know it. Like a lot of people are like, when I first went on stage in my first class, my teacher was like, are you sure you haven't done this before? And I think my background helps with that. Like, so I'm in human resources. I have to give presentations all the time. I have to talk to different people all the time. I have to talk to every level within a company all the time. So I'm comfortable talking with people who are on the front line, middle management, upper management. You just have to say what needs to be said. I also teach group fitness. I'm very big on turning your passion into a paycheck.
Okay.
Comedy is a passion of mine that is going to, be a very large paycheck one day.
Do it, man.
So being on stage, it was just like giving a presentation, but also having a conversation. So a lot of people, comedians will tell you that too. It's like you're talking to the audience. You want to make them feel like they're a part of the story, a part of what you're telling them, because if not, you're going to lose them. So my first time being on stage, it was like, let me just talk to these people. And I smile, like I love to smile and, bring people and make them feel comfortable. And when I got off stage, that's the response that I got the most was like, oh my gosh, your smile was so great. Like, oh my gosh, your storytelling was awesome. You made me feel welcome, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, I think I got something here. So,
do you remember your first joke that you told?
My very first joke.
If you don't
do you remember? I do remember. And do you remember the State Farm commercial with Cheryl? She said she shed Cheryl.
Yeah.
So my very first joke was, which motherfuckers burned down Cheryl she shed? That was the very first one.
You said what?
I said, which one of you motherfuckers burned down Cheryl she shed?
God.
And I told him, I said, y'all the reason for COVID, because we ain't found who burned down Cheryl she shed.
Oh shit. Hey man.
I said, we gonna get to the bottom of
I told y'all this lady was funny, man. I had to talk to my folks. I had to talk to my family member, my cousin before you came on. I told y'all she was funny, man. This lady funny, man.
So that was the first one. And like when I say I had to, so my set was supposed to be 6 minutes. It ended up being 9 minutes. Because I had to go with the laughter and I didn't want to cut off the laughter. And I had one lady, there's, one of the things is when you get your jokes, you can, you can tell, sometimes you cut them down, you tell them forwards and backwards, and you can tell them different ways every time, but people will start to name your jokes for you. So I have a joke called Booty Rag. Like people, more than one person has called it Booty Rag. So now the joke is called Booty Rag. So I told that joke during the showcase, and this lady, like, she laughed for 30 seconds. If you watch the video, it's like she laughed, and I had to like address her and be like, I feel you, girl, so that we could move on with the set, because it just touched her soul. And then as she came up to me afterwards, she was like, girl, that's so true about that booty rag. And I was like, everybody just started calling it the booty rag joke. So now you'll have to come see me to see what the booty rag joke.
Oh my God. And like when you, anytime, you know what I'm saying, I'm up that way or you back down this way, man, shit.
I need to come down south. I think I get a whole lot more stage time down south.
Yeah. So like, man, talk to me about the YouTube channel, venturing out into media, some of your parody songs, the food and funny. That's a dope idea, by the way. I love it. I love that. We talked about it yesterday. I love that food and funny idea. That shit is dope. That shit is fire. So talk to me about some of your media content, man. What you got going?
Oh because I didn't have time to do a blog, but I was like, you know, and Instagram is all about the pictures. People love the pictures. So I started doing food pictures and helping people, you know, make simple meals at home, healthy simple meals at home, but do different things. I get really bored with food. And my husband, he's like, you can't make regular food. He loves everything I make, but he's like, girl, you don't cook no regular food. So it's just certain things that I don't like. He makes spaghetti. It's too simple. Like for me, it's like, you make it, whatever. I'm doing something different. But I started my Instagram like that. Then when I got into comedy, switched to my comedy page, but a lot of the people who followed me before followed me for the food. And I also gave them like shopping tips and how to save and all that. Then I was like, I can combine my love of comedy with my love of food. So if you notice, like a lot of my parody songs are about food. So I made BLT, Bacon, Lamb, and Tomahawk. I renamed them, you know, TLC is BLT. And I have, I did a parody to their song Baby called Bacon. I did a parody to Creep called Eat. And both of them are about food. It's eating, you know, my love of food. I did a parody to Usher's Burn called Burn. And it's about burnt hot dogs. Like, I'm from the South, and I know a lot of people, even if you're not from the South, burnt hot dog at a cookout. Like, don't give me a.
Oh, I love it.
You got it. I mean, and that's the only time you want it is at a cookout. So a lot of them are about like food, and then I did one to Drake's Money to Blow called No Money to Blow, and it's about couponing. Like it's like I'm not wasting money. I'm going out and spending money on whether I'm eating out or at a grocery store. I'm clipping coupons. What you doing? I don't have time to front. I don't care how much money I get. I'm still So combining food and funny, I'm getting ready to start up some lives where I'm going to be cooking. I'm going to invite other guests to come where we just, you know, cook a meal. We'll tell people what to have in advance if they want to cook along with us, or if they just want to sit there and watch us like act a plum fool. But I think it's, you know, it's always nice to bring in different elements when you're in the kitchen, because a lot of people just don't like to cook. I have a friend who's like, I just hate it. It feels like a chore. But I feel like if they could have something where it's entertainment, a lot of people feel differently about cooking.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's real. I love that idea, by the way, man. That's a dope idea. Like, get that joint going whenever you can.
Yes.
Whenever you can, I would love to watch it. I would love to watch that, because for you to be an organic, original comedian and then have this idea to cook and tell jokes at the same time, or just bounce off set ideas with another comedian, that's so dope, man. That's so hard. Like, God, oh, man. All right. Your motivational speeches, man. Talk to us about your motivation, man. Like, where do you get your motivation to do these motivational speeches?
I draw from everywhere, and every week I always say where I got it from. So the very first Monday motivation started, I had a conversation with one of my best friends. We were talking about their relationship, and we were talking about, like, you know, all the ups and downs that it went through, and that person was like, well, you know, that, you know, this person expects me to like this to be okay right away. But I'm trying to figure like how long it's going to take. And I said, okay, well, first of all, how long, like if you gain 10 pounds, how long does it take you to gain 10 pounds? It's like, I would say it took me 1.5 years. And I was like, okay, so how long would it take you to lose that 10 pounds? And he was like, I don't know. It depends on how hard I want to work. And I said, that's the same with your relationship. You may take 2, 3, 4 years to damage a relationship, but when it comes to repairing, it's going to be determined by the amount of work that you're willing to put in to make it right. So I told that story, and I had another friend who's like, you're always giving me good advice. You know, I would love for you to do this every week. Can you do this every week? And now the thing with me, and that's when I started to do like my other content, is I don't do anything until I can commit to it. So I was like, let me jot some stuff down. Let me jot some topics down. And if I can think of topics to last me through 2020, and I think this is March. But if I can think of enough topics to last me through 2020, I'll do it. But if I can't commit to it, because I didn't want to like start it every week. And then people will start to like look for it, and then they'll be like, you know, because people will call you out when you don't do something. They don't like it. They won't like it. They won't comment. They won't share it. But as soon as you don't do it, they up there. Where's the money motivation?
I'm trying to tell you, you ain't lying.
I'm like, so I wrote it out for the rest of the year, and then I started doing that. What I pull from is just any and everything, because sometimes it'll be like crazy thing that happened at the store, or it'll be, you know, I'm watching a movie and I'm like, you know, there's some themes in this movie that we need to talk about. Or it could just be something like I have one that I'm gonna talk about with Candy Crush.
Yeah.
And it's about taking risks. And it's gonna be, and my inspiration is Candy Crush.
Okay.
You know, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like a lot of people are like, I didn't think about it like that. Like that's good. And I try not to keep, you know, doing any more than like it's 3 to 5 minutes. Sometimes we go to 8 if it's a real good topic. And I'm like, I need y'all to know this. But yeah, there's that. And just know it might be a book coming.
Yeah. Come on, man. Hold on. So you giving us the exclusive? Is that an exclusive that you're dropping on Country Cousins podcast? All right, so since we're going like to the exclusive, man, we're gonna switch the interview up a little bit and not switch it up. Like we ain't gonna start talking crazy and nothing like that. We're just gonna get on a little bit more personal side for the fans, you know what I'm saying, for the people that's watching. As we start asking you questions like top 5 comedians, favorite movies, your first date with you and your husband, do you remember it? Y'all first vacation together, any mishaps? Because I got a vacation mishap story that I would like to share with you guys. So we're about to get to it now. So how long have you been married? How long have you guys been married?
It will be 6 years this year.
Woo! Yeah. Okay. I got married in 2012 myself. Yeah, so me and my wife, we met in college or whatnot. I slid into the DMs, you know what I'm saying? She already had a little girl when I first met her. Her daughter was a year and a half, like 2 or whatever. So, you know what I'm saying? Kind of grew up a little bit fast, whatever. But hey, you know, whatever. So, we met each other, moved in together eventually. She put up with me for this long, so we might as well stay with her. You know what I'm saying? Because I got some shit with me. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Who don't got some shit with them? But do y'all remember you guys' first date, or do you remember your first time together? What did he say to you, or did you pull up on him, or what?
My husband is a cool dude. So I had like, if I hadn't made the first move, it probably would never happen because we have been friends. So we met in the 4th grade. We have been friends in the 4th grade. We started dating our sophomore year of college. So our very first date, we went to California Pizza Kitchen. We were at the mall and we were at Triangle Town Center in Raleigh.
Okay.
And we were just walking. I started holding his hand. I was like, here you go. I grabbed his hand. We started holding. And I was like, all right. He was like, well, you want to go to lunch? I said, yeah. So he took me out to California Pizza Kitchen, and that became like one of our favorite go-to spots. Yes. And we moved out of North Carolina. But we just walked through the mall. We had a nice little lunch using a coupon.
Ain't no wrong.
I was like, oh, I got a free appetizer at California Pizza. And so that was that. You know, the rest of history. We started dating. That was that. It was August 25th.
Wow.
2007, and that's the anniversary I go by. He said he started over when we got married. We got married on our dating anniversary, so I said I ain't starting over.
That's what's up, man. I think we just got married on a random ass day. It was like July 12, 2015. Like I think we just got. I said 2000. I said we've been married since 2012. I'm gonna cut that out. Look, hey man, don't tell my old lady. I'm gonna cut that out. Don't tell her. Man, like we've been rocking. Me and her been rocking together so long that when we go out places, we don't get a full meal. We get like a plate and just split it. That's how long we've been rocking. You know? Oh, that what y'all do too? Like, bro, like, man,
funny. Yeah. Like the amount of food they give you is crazy, and I'm not taking food home. Exactly. And then y'all food be better anyway. We gonna be eating.
You ain't lying, man.
So we might as well just go. Look, we'll do like a little appetizer and one entree.
Yeah, you ain't lying, man. I done went to the bathroom and came back and had some flats missing. Cause you know, niggas don't eat flats. We the drumette motherfuckers. Yeah. The women, man, I'm like, hey, bro, it's 3 flats missing. What? Oh, they were good too. I'm like, all right, okay. So, man, so I'm gonna tell you one of my horrible vacation stories real quick. So we went to DC
Mhm.
like this past year. Just, you know what I'm saying, just to go, because DC not too far, probably about like 3-4 hours from where I stay at. We went up there, you know what I'm saying? It's legal. You feel me? It's legal up there. You dig? So I go up there and partake in the legal festivities. You know what I'm talking about? So
I'm gonna have to try it one day.
yeah, definitely, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll go on down and, you know, it's legal. You know, so I go, we go and partake, you know what I'm saying? And in DC, they have different ways you can get around the city. They got like little scooters and little mopeds and little bicycles and whatnot, right? So, you know, we take different streams of, you know, transportation. We tried the little motorized scooters, they were pretty cool. We tried the bicycle, that was pretty cool. So one day we was like, you know what, let's hop on this motherfucking moped, see what's happening with a moped. Man, we get on this moped, I'm getting it in, boy. I'm hitting them motherfucker, right? Hitting that bitch. Yeah, right. So come to the stop sign, and I need to make a left, right? So my wife behind me on the moped, so I'm trying to take this left or whatever, but I kind of swing out kind of far and go to the right, and I hit the gas and hit the brake at the same time, the front brake. She go flying over top of me. I'm laying on the ground with the damn moped on my leg. She talking about her arm hurt. I'm like, God damn. Like, I done fucked the whole vacation up. Like, I done fucked everything up trying to get, like, because I ain't gonna lie. This is gonna be my first time getting my feet touched on by a pretty Chinese woman. That was gonna be my first time getting my feet looked at, because we don't say get our, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, pedicure.
Yeah, we don't say get our toes done or get a pedicure, none of that. So my first time getting my feet touched on by a little short Chinese woman. So hey, that's my story. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Do you got any crazy vacation stories, any mishaps, or any situations that happened on vacation? Any funny?
We have had some crazy vacations. We try to do like so this started like we renewed our vows in Jamaica. So we got married on our anniversary, which was a Tuesday.
That's dope.
And we didn't want to, I never wanted a big wedding. He's not a huge, like, you know, group people type situation. So gotcha. I've always wanted a destination wedding. So I was like, well, what if we do like a vow renewal? And we did it in Jamaica. We had 18 people. It was awesome. So after that, we started to do a family friends trip every year. But when we were in Jamaica, now this is funny. My best friend's mom and one of my high school friends, middle school friends, really. So they both partake in the legal festivities.
Oh Lord!
He rolled her up some legal festivities and disguised it in a cigarette box.
Come on, man.
And then every time, like, we would come down in the morning, go on our morning walk, he'd tap on the shoulder and they go get missing. So they came back. I would tell you, we was out there one time. I'm gonna have to show, the video is on my page, but this was around the time when they had that challenge that at night I think of you, you know, that little front back. So we doing the little front back challenge and I'm singing the song. Why is she coming to camera just running? We like, ma'am, please don't lay down. She just round the corner like this. I was like,
God, man.
So they partook. It was interesting. On the wedding day, that same friend came double-fisted, drunk, talking. We had to take the mic out of his hand. We was like, we love you, but just it's okay.
Like,
but any trip with my family is crazy. Like, there's usually not mishaps, but there are drunken stories. We have some good times and we make some great memories. So, man,
I'm gonna tell you, every trip we go on, the last day I get stupid drunk to the point where I can't fly, I can't get in no car, I can't walk. Like when we was in DC, I threw up walking down the road trying to move the car closer to the place where we were staying. I was walking on the sidewalk. Like it happened in Vegas, it happened in Colorado, it happened in DC. It just happened everywhere we go. I can't hold my liquor. That's why I don't drink like that.
Well, I drink a wine cooler because my husband. But that's just my drink of choice. Every night, like last night, I had a margarita. You know, every now and again, I have me a nice cocktail. But I'll just drink a little wine cooler in my water.
Yeah. Oh yeah, since the old lady and my wife and daughter gone, my stepdaughter gone, man, I got me a little Bombay. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go get up on that in a few. You know what I'm saying? Got me a little, you know, don't worry about it. But I got some stuff in there. So talk to me about, man, your favorite comedians, man. Do you have a top 3, top 5, female, male? Don't matter, however you want to do. Sorry, woman, comedian, or I mean to say female because I know how.
Female, I love some more.
Okay.
I love some more. Love some more. I love Dave Chappelle. I love Kelsey Grammer. If I had to add 2 more that touched my life, it would be Marlon Wayans.
Okay.
Chris
Okay.
Rock.
Okay.
And the reason being is because now I gotta add Jamie Foxx in there because I'm really trying to be on the Jamie Foxx train because you know he did the parody songs and he's a singer. Parlay that like I need them Academy Awards too. But what I added those 3 because when you think about like the film, the music, all of that, like they took it there and they pushed it to the limits. Like one of my favorite movies is CB4.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
My husband never said we watched it together. Now, like I will always talk about like just say like CB4 in the house and I'm black, y'all, and I'm back. And he'd be like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "We didn't watch it together." So now he gets it. But I'm like, you know, that was back. He pushed the limits back when we couldn't tell our stories. So now,
I'm sorry. This is my co-host right here.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, don't think it's just this smooth guy coming out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? You know, he looked like I'm trying to think of a good joke. Yeah. he looked like a DeBarge in one of these pictures, but you know, don't even worry about all that. but yes,
can he sing?
Yeah. We went to college together. One of my classmates, we went to college together. We graduated together from Elizabeth City State.
Okay. Does he know my best friend too?
Yeah, he know Jessica. Hey, don't you know Jessica, bro?
Jessica. Oh, wait, hold on now.
Jessica Miller.
Right.
Jessica Miller.
Oh, Jessica. Yes, I know Jessica.
Yeah, that's Jessica Miller's friend, bro. They went to high school.
Best friend.
We met and me and Jessica been friends since the 3rd grade.
Yeah. Bro, she knows Scooter, she know Cortez, Adrian Meadows.
Oh, I gotta get my mic right. Hold on.
We all graduated together.
There we go. Get the angle. All right, we good. She know who?
Man. But yeah, she knows Scooter, Adrian, Jessica Meadows. I said Jessica Meadows. Adrian Meadows. Damn.
Oh yeah, Jessica. That's my buddy. Yeah, Jessica. I know Jessica.
Yeah, cool people, man.
So I graduated with all of them, and Jessica, me and her have been friends since the 3rd grade. Still, she's at my wedding. We go on trips. She's more like a sister. We call each other sister friends. But
I did see that picture with you, her, and Martin Lawrence. That was dope.
For her birthday. Mm-hmm.
That was dope.
My bad. Are we sipping in this episode?
Yeah, go ahead.
Are we sipping in this episode? I'm sorry. Okay, good. You know that. I know.
I'm eating milk and cookies.
Oh, okay.
So back on CB4, man.
I loved it because it was back. You know, he pushed the envelope back when we couldn't tell our story. So he basically told the story of NWA in a funny way, but it was the true story of how they got shut out by the industry, how they got chastised, how other people, you know,
that's real.
The rock stars were biting off chicken heads and had blood all over the stage.
That's real.
Nothing happened. So it was a way to express ourselves. And a lot of times, like people, like Dave Chappelle said, people don't want to hear the truth unless it's a punchline behind it.
Yeah. You ain't lying, man. CB4 is one of my favorite movies of all time. So let me ask you about like a movie comedian versus stand-up comedian, right? Mm-hmm. So Chris Tucker, amazing movie comedian, right? Stand up is, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody said that one set at Def Jam was like his, was like one of the best sets ever and all this stuff. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was cool. It was cool. You know, the one when he was like, man, I'm so broke. I had to rob my mama. You know, that right there, right? It was cool. Don't get it twisted, but it was so many people, to me, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying, that was a little bit better. You had Bernie out there at the time. You had, you had so many motherfuckers, man. Who inspired you? You said that Kelsey Grammer, you said Chris Rock, Jamie Foxx, and all these guys. Huh?
Just some more,
yeah. So, like, are movies the goal eventually? Yes. I know you right. Okay.
TV shows, movies, and the thing is, like, I know I think I'm funny. You know, some people think I'm funny. The thing about comedy,
you funny as hell.
Right? It's subjective, and everybody has their audience. So we got to find our audience. But movies is definitely the goal, and I think a lot of times people are great in stand-up, right? But then if they don't evolve into other things, stand-up isn't going to last forever. One of my Monday motivations, I talk about facing your mortality. And it's not facing your mortality as in death, it's facing the fact that everything has an end, like everything comes to an end. So I have to be okay with, things I talk about eventually to the next generation coming in, it's not going to make sense. And if I don't figure out how to pivot and cater to that audience, or find out if I even want to cater to that audience, then I need to go into something else. I need to go into TV, movies, commercials, whatever, just so I can have that longevity. But the other thing I talk about in facing your mortality is training up the next, generation. So I want to be, I know it's not a lot of passing of the torch because people never retire in this game, but I do want to help the next line of comedians say, look, this is your lane. This is what you need to do. So one, I'd say some more a lot. And a lot of people don't know she's self-produced a lot of her own comedy specials. She's one of the highest paid comedians. When she goes to a show, like she'll go toe to toe with the men. And that's what I find myself doing is oftentimes when I go to an open mic, I'm the only female. Period. Like no black, no white. I'm the only female. So I'm there holding my own for the ladies, and there's all these men, and I'm still like, okay, I can go toe to toe with y'all. I can do what you do. And that's one of the reasons why she inspires me the most, is because she's like, it doesn't matter. I don't care if it's all men on the show. It needs to be a female. It doesn't have to be me on the show, but every show should have a female. The majority of the tickets are being bought by females. Why don't y'all have a female on the show? So she's one of those that advocates for us to be in those spaces. And it's true. Like, it's a male-dominated industry, but help the women up too.
Yeah.
Help us up.
So like, speak on that, man. Real quick, I wanted to say this. Jamie Foxx, right? When he moved from Texas to Cali, heard a story about him changing his name to Jamie Foxx to make it sound more feminine, so he can get some stage time, because there was so many niggas trying to be, a comedian at the time, right? So just speak on being a woman in comedy and letting people know this shit ain't as easy as changing your name from a motherfucker from Eric Bishop to Jamie Foxx. It's not that fucking
easy. No, it's not. You have to, and I'm gonna say it's hard work beats out talent. I have a lot of people I've seen on stage, I'm like, they're amazing. Like, why aren't they further than they are right now? But then I go to mics, I don't see them there. I go to competitions, I don't see them there. And competitions, like I said, comedy is subjective. So you may not win a competition, but it can help you get exposure to the people who can help you get into other spaces. You may not care for the audience at these open mics, but you need to be able to say, this will work with this type of audience. This will not work with this type of audience. So you can start to learn to read the room and figure out, who you are, find your voice as a comedian. I'm still finding that, like I said, I'm only a year in, but I'm observing everything. Now I'm working hard. Like, we talked yesterday, I don't watch a lot of TV. Like, it is great right now because basketball is on. I don't care for it. My husband's watching it. Tomorrow the Super Bowl will be on. I'm not going to watch it. I have 2 videos that I need to edit. So I'll be doing that. But you got to sacrifice and know what it is you want to do. So when you're in the comedy, it's not easy. Like, and especially for females, like we've come so far, but then again, you have it where you have some men that are like, I might not want to be alone with this female because of the Me Too movement, because of all these other things, and I just don't want that on me. So they might say, let me have another female with me. Like, let's be a threesome together in this room, or let me have somebody else present. So it's definitely not easy. You have to fight for it. You have to be the best and know that you're not going to get it just because you're a woman. But you know, at the same time, you can say like, why not me? Like, I'm here, I'm doing the work. Like, why not me?
You're right, man. I know sometimes like they're comedians on radio. Would you consider doing radio?
Absolutely. Because you got Ricky Smiley, like a lot of the stand-up, like Steve Harvey.
Yep.
Ricky Smiley.
Billy
Sorrell's radio.
Yeah. Oh, you fuck with Billy?
I listen to what is that? It's called
Yeah, you missing.
No.
The Morning Hustle.
Morning Hustle with Head Crack Billy and L'Oreal.
They just put it here last year because they moved Tom Jordan. Tom Jordan left, so they moved Ricky to our old school station. And they moved their morning show, The Morning Hustle. So we have The Morning Hustle, Charlemagne, The Breakfast Club, and we also have. So I'm switching between all of them using.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah, I like it. I love it. And they do parody music up there. There's a young lady, I can't remember her name, but she's on The Morning Hustle and she raps, and they do some parody songs. It's awesome. I'm like, there's so much, like you can go to so many different areas.
So my co-host mentioned a name of a podcast called Did You Miss Me? Billy Sorrell's is up there. It's Billy Sorrell's, D-Lay, and Damn Fool. It's hilarious. Check it out, man. If you ever get a chance, I know you don't, you know what I'm saying?
I will. I check people's stuff out. It's just like, here's my thing. My dad used to tell me this all the time when I was in school, and this is why I graduated with honors. I didn't watch a whole lot of TV when I was in high school. I watched like SpongeBob. I caught the normal stuff. Yeah. I didn't watch a lot of things. Like I had never seen the show Bobby Brown and Whitney until I was out of school. Yeah. It was on while we were in high school. But my daddy used to always say, the people on TV, they're already where they need to be. They already have what they need. You're trying to get there.
True.
And that stuck with me. So it's like, I'm trying to get there. I don't have time to sit around and waste watching TV because they're already there.
Damn, I ain't even think about that, bro. God damn.
I mean, that's true though.
Yeah, it is true, but it hit me like a mom, but I ain't think about that, bro.
My dad, we would watch movies. We would go to the movies and watch movies. But outside of that, like my dad didn't watch TV. He would watch the news. And like if we went to the movies, he watched TV shows, all that stuff. He would be gardening, like he learned how to garden. He would be, out there doing his soil and all this other stuff. He's like, they got it. I'm trying to get it. So
like when y'all did go to the movies, what type of movies did your daddy like to watch? Was it like?
It was comedy.
For real? Okay.
So he knew I was gonna do this. My dad passed October of 2019.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, thank you. He had pancreatic cancer. He battled it for 2.5 years. When he passed, I was actually going to start doing my comedy course then, but he, got to the point where he was in his final stages, and he was like, just make sure you still do this, like. And so I'm like and it was around his birthday that I had my first stand up.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm talking about. So it was my brother, and I feel like his presence was there because like the laughter, like I knew he would have been front and center laughing. And we would go to comedy shows every Thanksgiving, a tradition of ours. My sister lives in Memphis. We would go to Chuckles Comedy Club in Memphis, Memphis, Tennessee. And he loved comedy shows. He loved comedy movies. We were actually supposed to watch the Eddie Murphy movie on Netflix that he did. Dolomite is my name, but he never got to see it. So and we watched, and I was like, he would have been cracking up, like. But he comedy, like we went. He didn't like the heavy stuff. He didn't like the action stuff. We did see the Titanic because my stepmom wanted to see it. I was so happy when they had that bathroom break. We all was like, oh Lord, much. But yeah, it was comedy. Like we laughed and my dad was the like me and him together. We would keep people rolling. So he loved that. Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
That's dope.
You got to keep those memories alive, man.
Exactly.
John, man. I know you've been sitting there listening, bro.
Nah, man, like I'm soaking it all in, cause like I love you. We see so many men do comedy, and it's dope to see like from a woman's perspective how the industry is. So I mean, she keep talking like I just soaking it all in. Cause it's cool.
Yeah, man, real talk, bro. Cause you usually see my wife calling me now, but you usually see, a lot of men, in comedy or trying to get into comedy. It's great to see a Black woman doing her thing in comedy and holding her own, standing on her own too. Like, it's different because the old days of comedy are gone, in a sense of getting a show. Like, I've heard so many stories about people moving out to LA to go and pursue comedy and pursue dreams and become a actor or get a TV show. And Gary Owen talks about it. Chris Tucker, Martin, all these guys talk about moving out to LA and getting their start. But it's different because you move to Indiana, you know what I'm saying, and started your shit there. I respect
Indiana.
That, I respect that, bro.
What part of Indiana?
Indianapolis.
I got family up in Indianapolis. I be up in Plainfield all the time. That's dope.
Okay, yeah, I'm not far from we're probably about 20 minutes from Plainfield. We're not far from
airport. Yeah. We got a load that we run up there. I drive trucks on the side. Yeah.
Hey,
I do this on the side. I drive trucks on the regular. My man. I drive trucks on the side. And I got family up there in Indiana.
You said what?
I said, I got family up there in Indiana.
Good. Oh, are they in Plainfield or they just?
Oh no, my family's in Indianapolis. We just run a bunch of loads up to Plainfield and around the surrounding area. So my cousin come pick me up and stuff like that. But that's dope. I had to catch a show up there one day when I'm up there.
Yeah.
That I know.
Knock on wood, we would have them going. Good grief.
You know what's crazy though? John has a Kinston connection too. John has family from Kinston too.
I do, but I don't know them.
Yeah, but you do. But the fact is, you got family from.
Yeah, I like my last name is the origination of my last name. Most of them are McLambs are from Kinston, North Carolina area. So I just don't know them all yet because I was a lost. My great grandfather was a lost son. I guess I assume that he kind of ran away from that area. But that's what the said speak is. So I don't know. I have to go back and trace everything. But yeah, my grandma's family's out of Kinston.
Okay.
But how you on? See what I'm saying?
Y'all hold on real quick.
See, this dang white car.
He's gonna edit it out. This will be edited out.
Oh yeah, he gotta edit it out. I guess we can just, cause he gonna have to edit that out. Cause I didn't get to start, so I didn't want to jump in at the wrong point. I didn't get to start. Hey, you got to edit that out, bro.
Yeah, she done called me twice. You know how it is when your old lady done call you twice and you don't pick up that third time, boy, your ass in trouble. Your damn ass in trouble, goddamn it, if you don't pick up that third time. Am I lying? Jaquetta, am I lying?
Look, it might be an emergency.
Yeah, that first time you don't pick up, the second time you pick up, but she gonna have a little attitude. Hey, all right, I'm sorry. But so where else can we go, man? I mean, what else do you have for us, man? Like, we can go so many different places with this comedy. What else you got for us, man?
We can talk about work ethic. I think that's important because I have a lot of people, like when I talk to them, and I'm knowing me, get to know me, I'm a very humble person. I'm an open book. I love to help people. And the reason why is because it's space for everybody. Like, you think about all these platforms out here. You have Prime, Netflix, you have regular TV, you have cable TV, all these avenues. Everybody can get a contract. Like anybody can go and do something. I can't be in everything. You can't be in everything. So if it's an opportunity out there, like I have people that I'll send them opportunities. I'm like, oh, you should go out for this. They're like, why are you sending me? You're not going out for it? Yeah, I'm gonna go out for it. But if it's meant for me to have, it's meant for me to have. Both of us could be up there. Like they didn't stop.
Right.
They're not gonna just. I want to talk about work ethic because a lot of times people think I do this one thing, I'm about to blow up.
Nah.
Sometimes you do one thing and it doesn't hit. You have to keep going. So, some people get lucky, but sometimes those people are like one-hit wonders.
Yeah.
Some people go viral. Like sometimes people do things like, I want to go viral. I don't want to go viral. I have people who are like, this shit went viral. And I'm like, I don't want it to go viral. And the reason being is because if that one thing goes viral and I put out other stuff and it doesn't go viral, then I don't want people to be like, she don't have it. I'd rather have that steady progression so that when, my name finally gets up there and out there, people are like, she has this body of work that's equally as great and she can elevate and get better, versus saying you did this one great thing and then boop. What I'm saying? So, right. So I think the society, like our society has become so microwave, we want everything instant. But what I tell people is microwave popcorn still takes 3 minutes. It still takes time. So you think like the microwave is instant. Popcorn you still gotta wait. You still gotta wait for those kernels. And then sometimes every kernel doesn't pop the same. So that's the same with people. It might not pop right now. Keep going with it. You think about like Lizzo, right? You think about her first song that she came out with. She came out with it on the barbershop soundtrack.
Yeah.
Flop because it wasn't to the right. You don't remember that?
No.
I ain't know that. Like, Lizzo been in it that long.
Yep. Barbershop soundtrack. Go look.
Out of here.
I'm gonna pull it up right now.
That's crazy. Now I believe you, but it's just fucking crazy that she's been out for this long and like she just now popping. But that makes sense though.
But you think about it, like, so Good as Hell was on the Barbershop 3 soundtrack, but you think about the audience that was on Barbershop 3. Like, it wasn't to the right audience. That song has mass appeal. It transcends all races and generations. So when it came out on Barbershop 3, it wasn't the right time. What was that, like 2017? 2 years later, fast forward, she comes out with it again. Same song, pops off. It's on every commercial. You hear it, like it's constant. So that's the prime example of you can come out with something 2 years ago and it doesn't do what you think it's supposed to do. Are you gonna give up?
No, hell no.
In your heart of hearts, like that's a good song. When I heard it then I was like, this is a good song. But even when I heard it, I was like, this is not the right platform for it to be on. So I don't know who thought that was a good idea, but that wasn't a good idea. And whoever had the foresight to be like, this is how we need to put it out.
True. That's
Boom.
real.
And then she blew up.
That's real. Damn.
So work ethic, like I tell this all the time. I have a best friend who does rap. And I was like, every time you do a video on your page, put your song behind it.
Yeah.
Every time you do a video, have people, that song needs to be in their head.
True.
Put your song behind it.
True. Like, and to piggyback on your point, some shit ages well. You know what I'm saying? Some shit ages well, better than others. It's jokes out there that people have been listening to for years. Red Fox jokes and all this shit. Richard Pryor jokes that age well as fuck. And then there's some shit that came out 2016 that I heard that before, but I don't know who said it. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
Like, I feel you. That's real, man.
It's like when I said Milk and Cookies, y'all automatically said Bernie Mac. You can watch the King of Comedy right now. You can watch the Queens of Comedy right now. You know the hula hoop jokes, some more.
Yep. That's real.
You like I told you one of my Cash Money jokes, and I was like, I can't say that up here until I get bigger because people love that joke.
Yeah.
If somebody steal it, I'm gonna call them out. I didn't put it out there. So, not you, but I say, I do it in in smaller, I do it at, you know, showcases and things, but it's a good joke. So you have those jokes where it's like, you know, you gotta work hard, like you gotta grind and keep going. And that's one of the things I would really love people to realize is that we've come to a point in society where it's like that participation trophy, because you showed up, you get something.
Yeah.
And then when these kids get into the real world and realize that you're not just gonna get something,
Shit don't work like that.
you really have to do it. You know, being born in the 80s, we went through it all. Like we didn't have the technology. Then we got the technology, so we know how to live on the rotary phones. The first Nokia cell phones that never broke.
You ain't like
I need to die so I can get a razor. You know, who wasn't trying to get a razor? Me. I was like dropping it, didn't die.
Yeah.
They charged all day, and you own it all day, and 99%. Like, dang, this battery. You know, you think about us coming from all of that, like we know the value of hard work, most of us, because some of us don't.
Yeah.
You know, but you think about today, I've seen it, you know, a lot where they just, you know,
they used to give it. They give it everything.
They've been given a lot, and it's the parents that didn't have everything, and now those parents are like, oh, I wish I wouldn't have did that. And it's like you have to deal with it now.
Yeah, because you try to give your kids everything that you didn't have, but it's not. You shouldn't be giving them everything that you didn't have. You should be able to afford them the opportunities that you didn't have.
Exactly.
The opportunities that you didn't have, and we get so, oh well, I wanted a car at 16, but I couldn't get a car at 16. Instead of giving your child a car at 16, have yourself an ability so that you can make them earn that car at 16, and you could be the one to get it for them, but it's not just given to them. You know what I'm saying? So
they got to know how to work with them. And
That's
then
real.
you give them a car that's better than yours, because some of them be buying them cars. You ain't even in the 2050. You in a 1999 Toyota Camry.
And people so full of like, especially when it comes to like, all right, you being a comedian, right? People think that, okay, well, she's doing shows, she's going to be able to drive in the same thing as some more in a couple years. Like you said, people think that, oh, because you're a comedian, you should be in this, you should be in that. But they don't understand how long did it take some more to get to the level to where she can drive in what she's driving.
Exactly.
So just because I'm famous, or I mean, the first time you get famous, you might have a house, you might have the money to get the house that Kevin Hart lives in, but you're not going to be able to sustain that house. So why buy the first check you get that's big instead of getting something that you can get? Because I guarantee you, the house he's in today wouldn't be the house he's in today if it was the house he bought on his first check.
Yep.
Yeah, that's real.
That's so true. And that's that longevity. Like you gotta be, you think about him, he's doing commercials, he's doing movies, he's hosting, you know, he's doing it all. He's probably writing for other people. I know he has writers on his team. Like,
you know what?
What about that? I wanted to ask about that too.
I was just
she said something about the writers. I mean, now you was probably about to ask the same thing. Like, you know how like in rap and stuff, people shun people because, oh, he got a ghostwriter. Is it that same way? Do y'all still, with the comedy aspect, do y'all still like, is he really a comedian because he doesn't write his own jokes, or is he really that funny because he's reading someone, like, you know how they do in the rap game? Oh man, Drake nice, but he'll never be the best because he got ghostwriters. It's like, but his delivery, you know what I'm saying? Like, so could you speak on that?
Yeah, it's like, you know what the saying is, those that can't do teach, those that can't do right. Like, and it's some that can do that's still right, you know, because if you think about Neo, let's talk about Neo. He was writing some of the greatest songs ever, and then he got to a point where he wrote these songs that took it to a different level that people were like, I don't think I want to go there. And then he started doing it himself. He had built up enough resume to say, I can sing. I'm confident enough to put myself out there. I can do it, right? I don't discredit anybody, because if I could afford a team to do that, great. Now it's my friends and family. Like, I'll run some stuff by them. Here's the dream team. You know, we all in this together, because with anything in life, when you first get into it, it's not a lot of money in it, right? So I can't afford writers. You look at my videos, I went through, learned iMovie, learned some of the other things that I'm using, learned how to edit videos. I am doing everything on my iPhone. So you listen to the music, I'm laying my vocals, I'm layering my vocals, I bring my voice up and down. If I'm too fast on the track, I have to slow my voice down. I do all of that on my iPhone. I can't afford a team to do that. But if I could afford somebody to do it, they be doing it.
That shit. Look, I'm gonna tell you like this, man.
Why work harder when you work smarter? It just doesn't make sense.
Real. That's
and
real. Like,
it's not that they're not comedians. Like, they are comedians. They just know better. When you know better, you do better.
That's real. That's real. Like, for you to down, edit, shoot, like layer your shit, motherfucking mix and like all this motherfucking shit, like you're a producer / comedian / HR director like, man, how many hats do you wear? Got there? Like, you got the, you know what? You got the Sherlock Holmes motherfucker with the thing on the front and the thing on the back.
How many hats do
you know what I'm talking about? Like, look, no, man, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Like, I'm gonna tell you, man, is there any time where you might say a joke and it's funny to you? It's funny as hell to you, but then when you say it out in public, the shit like, yeah.
Yeah, I've done that, and you know what? And that's like, I've done it at open mics. That's the time where I'm like, all right. And the thing that you have to do, like, if you ever do that at a show, let's say if it's a tried and true joke, and you've tried it time and time again, and you fine tune it, and you get the response that you think you need from an open mic. And then you do it in the audience and that happens, just address it. Be like, all right, y'all, that shit wasn't funny. Move on, because, you know, the worst thing you could do is just think up the room and not realize it. Like, I was on a Clubhouse with Teron, Ron G, out of California. Now,
I know Ron G.
Yeah, so
Ron G with the Afro from Detroit, from on All Deaf Digital. I think, is that the same Ron G?
So he I think he might have had an Afro back in there, but he's on Chocolate Sundays now. He does. Okay. So he's at the he does Chocolate Sundays, but they do the Comedy Guru, and they were just talking about that, and they were like, you know, if you are bombing, like, be self-aware, like, address it, move on, because sometimes that can make the crowd laugh, and they realize it, you realize it, and then you can just go on and do some other stuff. But it does happen, and like I said, you just record your sets, listen to them, cut out what needs to be cut out, and just fine tune it. You know, every audience isn't gonna respond the way you want them to respond. Sometimes like, I had a charity event that I did 2 nights in a row. Well, it wasn't in a row. Like, one was a Thursday night, one was Saturday. It was for the same person. And that Thursday night, I got some laughs, whatever. I changed up my set a little bit, did the similar jokes, but I changed it up for that Saturday night, got much bigger laughs. So it was just like, all right, I realized, and it was different because it was kids in the room.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, I can't curse. I don't talk about sex anyways. Like, I have some innuendos, but I'll just straight up talk about sex. But it was just different. But yeah, when you do that, just realize it, address it, move on.
I got you.
Like Cat Williams said, trying shit don't work. Trying shit. Yeah. Yeah.
Keep trying it.
Keep trying different shit until you figure out which one's the locker combination. Yeah. That's dope.
Would you ever do a church set, like at a church? Like, would you ever do like a benefit of the church or whatever like that?
I wouldn't mind it. Church is interesting because, you know, the thing about church comedy, and it's not every church comedian, but I find that church comedy is more like ragging on people, you know, or like ragging on the Bible and things like that. And I'd rather curse before I do that, because I feel like if I'm gonna, to me, sometimes it's borderline making a mockery.
Yeah.
It has to be 100% honest and real. I would do a church show, but I don't want to talk about mother so-and-so and how her stockings are ripped up. And the reason why is because I don't talk about people in regular shows. And it's because people come to a comedy show to escape.
Yeah.
You don't know what they're trying to escape. So if they don't, if their top doesn't match their bottom, that could be all they could afford. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I've been there. Like back in college, when you asked about our first date and vacations and stuff, throughout college, me and my husband, we were only able to afford one trip. And that was like, I had saved up points. I was doing all these surveys and stuff for points. And I got enough points for us to get a one-night stay in Myrtle Beach. So we drove down there, stayed, got a hotel, and got some Brazilian steakhouse, ended up seeing one of our old high school teachers and then drove back. But I was like, we were trying to escape, and like, that's all we could afford. And so for me, I'm like, just because I'm in this space where I could do that to people, why would I do that to people? So I'm not gonna do it in a regular show, and I definitely don't want to do it at church. So if I can find material where I can make them laugh and it be relatable, and I'm not talking about people, I'm not putting people down, I love to do it.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you that Brazilian steakhouse a bad motherfucker, man.
Yeah,
that's
I think it's called Raza. Yeah.
Hey, that's a bad bitch there, boy. They come with the motherfucking meat on that skewer, boy. Right?
Okay, and I kept mine on green. It won't know. It was like, you're not.
Hey, so like we talk about food often. Me,
mashed potatoes.
Oh
yeah, me and my partner, everybody. We talk about food all the time. So like, I asked my truck driver homies, because at a point in time they could, stop and go where they want to, whatever. And so I asked them like the best cheesesteak, the best Chinese food, like in the United States, because these niggas see it. Mm-hmm. And the answers they give me, man, I'd be like, shit, I got to go try it. I asked my partner, I said, hey bro, like, all right, big dog, what's the best cheesesteaks in Philly?
Maxi B's.
Boom. I'm telling you. Hey.
Well, actually, hold on. Actually, Maxi B's is the best if you're going to a restaurant. But you ain't got a really feely cheesesteak unless you got it off of that dude with the cart on the corner of the street and they're selling them daggone cheesesteaks with all that grease up in that junk. Those are the best cheesesteaks. Best Philly cheesesteaks come off the street corner with the dude pushing the little cart, look like a hot dog stand, but he's selling cheesesteak. Those are the best. That's the best one.
Laredo, Texas. Talk to us about the Mexican food, man, in Texas. Man. The cart food. You know what I'm talking about? When the abuelo got it, you know what I'm saying? He got a little cart out there on the side of the truck or whatever. Talk to us about that.
Hey, man. They got this thing where they put like the corn inside their little cup and the butters and all that stuff up in there. You get it. I mean, I'm talking about they fill that corn up. They call it street corn or something like that. But it's got so many seasoned herbs and spices. It kicked KFC out the building. So I tell you what, all the herbs and spices up in the thing, boy. And then like man, Taco Bell shouldn't even be selling their type food because they ain't real Mexican. Like Mexicans don't even eat Mexicans don't even eat tacos like hard shell tacos. Go over to Mexico and order tacos. You'll never get a little hard shell taco.
You won't.
You ain't lying.
Gringo taco.
Yeah. The white man taco. You ain't lying, the white man taco.
Oh, boy, you terrible.
See, and
why you got a fat nigga talking about food? See, that's terrible.
Jetta, man, she does, and the reason why I brought it because I want to bring it back up. The food and funny segments that she has, man, that she, you know what I'm saying? She cooks, tell jokes. Shit hard, bro. Like, this shit is so fucking dope, dog. Like, I need more of it. You know what I'm saying? Because, bro, that shit right there is different. That shit is different.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm trying to do, like, I might just have to just go ahead and do it. We were going to try to do it this weekend, but we might just have to just go ahead and start it next weekend, see where it goes. The first thing I want to teach people how to make are oven-baked wings. They're on my Instagram. If you look at them, people like, those look like fried. And it's just a special way that you have to do them, but baked is a lot healthier for you. But you can do it where it tastes just like it's fried. But it's
Woo! Wait.
Hey, what you do? You put the things in there, and you
Well,
send them up with the 800.
you have to dry the skin. You put baking powder. And so another thing I do is educate people. So baking powder has cream of tartar in it, which is a creaming agent. So if you put that on the outer skin of any of your meat, like you put on your pork chop, your chicken, or whatever, it's going to keep the skin like crispy and firm, but keep the meat on the inside juicy.
Wait, say what the heck that was again. She said something
Cream,
about tartar
it's
sauce.
called baking powder, but baking powder has cream of tartar.
Both the boys leaned in and said, "What now?"
It has cream of tartar, which is a creaming agent. And so it'll keep the outside of your skin crispy, but your meat is going to be moist.
Tenderized and yummy.
Mm-hmm.
She said cream of tartar. I ain't never heard of that. I heard of cream of wheat.
It's baking powder. It's just baking powder. It's just
okay.
Things that's in baking
like
powder.
Arm & Hammer.
Yeah.
Like Arm & Hammer.
No. That's baking soda. Don't use baking soda. Baking soda is a drying agent.
Oh.
Powder is a creaming agent.
Oh, shit. I didn't know. It all looked like a powder to me. Mm-hmm. I didn't know. God damn.
Sometimes, like, if you have a cake that has a lot of fruit in it, they have used baking soda so you can dry out some of that fruit juice. But if you have a cake that has other things in it, you need to like keep it moist, they'll have you use baking powder. And sometimes you use baking powder and baking soda. So when you look at that, don't interchange the two.
Oh shit.
So baking powder, Chris, baking powder, is that like powder from a pig? Because it's nothing, don't worry about it.
But yeah, so baking powder, baking soda is the stuff you put in your fridge to keep it fresh, and then you can use that for cooking too. But the baking powder, that's what you use. So what you do is you dry your skins on your chicken. You want to make sure the skin is as dry as it can be, because that's going to help the seasoning latch on and the baking powder latch on. Put all that in there. You can cover it, put it in the fridge for like 10 to 15 minutes, take it out, add a little bit more seasoning. But this is the kicker. This is how you do it. You get a cookie sheet, right? A cookie sheet, and you get a baking rack. So you don't put your chicken straight on the cookie sheet. That's where people mess up, because like the chicken will start to stick to it.
Oh, so you get like one of them little, hold on.
Wire racks.
See if I can.
I think you got a wire rack. You probably got it, or if not, you can get it from the dollar store all day long.
Word.
It's a wire rack. So you spray it down with the non-stick spray, put your chicken on the wire rack onto the cookie sheet, bake it. And it's gonna have an even cook from the bottom to the top.
Oh
instead
shit.
of being straight on the pan.
Oh
you don't
shit.
have to worry about turning it over. It's an even cook throughout.
Oh shit.
So
don't talk to me dirty like that. I'm trying to tell you.
Hey.
Look, you got Instagram, go on my Instagram, look at that wing picture and tell me they don't look fried.
I got a question. Who was somebody named James Jones tried to jump in? Who was James Jones?
I don't know.
That's why I ain't know. That's why I ain't had him in. I was in the waiting room.
James Jones. How the hell he got it? Oh, is it somebody from our group?
Nah. I don't know who it was, bro. I ain't like that was in the waiting room chilling. I was like, who the fuck is this? That's why I was sitting here like this for a minute. I was like,
what it look like?
It just had a JJ up there. Don't worry about it, man. We're gonna continue this interview, man. So look, Valentine's Day is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
What can you give us to cook for our lady, man? Because I gotta come up with something. You know, I gotta cook something up.
Hold on, my glamour shot about to go up right quick.
Okay. What meats are you comfortable with? Like,
I can do chicken. I can do beef. You know what I'm saying? I try to lay off the pork. You know what I'm saying? I try to lay off the swine. I try to lay off the pork. But
I would suggest a chicken or a fish. And the reason being is because if you want to get some recreational activities, you don't want something too heavy. So you want to keep it light. So I have a salmon. It's like honey brown sugar glazed salmon on my Instagram. And then also like chicken teriyaki, chicken Alfredo. I don't do the can or the bottle Alfredo because they use heavy cream and that can mess your stomach up. but I do have a homemade sauce that uses whipping cream, or you can use like 2% milk, which will not mess your stomach up.
Okay.
It's super easy to do. But if I were you, I would stick to a lean meat. So I would say chicken, salmon, no tilapia, white fish if you have it. Even turkey burgers. I have a chicken burger recipe. It's like chicken spinach, feta cheese, seasonings, and do it in a burger patty. You can do it with regular mashed potatoes. You can do it with cauliflower, mashed potatoes, and broccoli. Simple, easy meal. Less than 30 minutes. But I would stick with the lean meats. I would stick with a very light dessert. Just, like I said, if you want to get some recreational.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to be too full and you don't want to be gassy. Like, who wants that? So stick with something lean protein. Yeah.
That's real. So I'm gonna let you know. We
found out who James Jones is.
Who that?
Nord.
Oh, Dennis. Why he changed his name?
I don't know.
Man, tell him to jump in then. Like he changed.
I told him.
Man, but anyway, man. So we family. Jaquetta, we family now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna let you know. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So I need the Valentine's Day need to be real extra crispy. I think I'm fucked up a little bit, right? Because so at this job, you know what I'm saying? I work on let me say, I'm trying to think of the best way to put this so I won't have to edit it. I work on government watercrafts. Well, I used to. You used to work on government watercrafts, doing cable work and electrical work on government watercrafts. Carriers and stuff. I'm just gonna tell you, I used to be a marine electrician. Used to work on submarines and carriers and shit like that. Fuck it, I ain't there no more. I can go ahead and speak that. Fuck it, you know what I mean? Anyway. So
he said it like he was a marine biologist or something. I can't even tell what it is. Like,
you know what I'm saying? But it's some shit that, you know what I'm saying, I've talked to the boys about, that I expressed, that goes on. Never mind, it's neither here nor there. But anyway, so it was this lady where I worked at.
Oh Lord. She
was kind of interested in me. And I kind of fell for the trick, right? And ever since then,
he followed out the chair.
Ever since then, the recreation department been shut down. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. So,
you definitely need to go with a good presentation. Make sure you have some nice presentation. Do not do asparagus.
Oh, no.
No asparagus. We don't want that, messing up the urinary tract, and we know the smells and stuff that comes with asparagus. So stay away from those type of foods. Stay away from potent foods, but do something special. Get her some whatever she likes. I don't know if she likes chocolate covered strawberries. Get her some champagne. Put a little strawberries in the champagne.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to do something because fucked up. I didn't do that. I ain't do that.
They tried it. Look, if they got the Martin Luther King, they can get to you.
Hey, I'm only a man.
You are. Don't let them. Cause I'm gonna tell you, the crazy thing is, with like men, it don't even matter. Men and women, if they see somebody with like power, if they see somebody with somebody else, it's just something that certain people they just want. They just like, I don't care what I gotta do.
Yeah.
I just want to have this moment or be with this person. It's sad.
Yeah, she was kind of like my supervisor.
Oh, well, that's even worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you ain't do nothing though.
I didn't touch the damn woman. I swear to God, I ain't. But guess what? When a woman think what she think, nigga fuck up anyway. So I'm out of there. I'm
Did she watch your podcast?
Huh?
Did she watch your podcast?
Who's talking about? My wife.
Your wife?
Oh, I mean, she watched clips every now, but I'm gonna cut this out. You don't even gotta worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut this.
How you gonna cut this if she talking about the love plate?
Oh no,
Place you need to make it right.
He
No,
gonna cut parts that need to be cut.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut.
Okay, I'm about to say, how you gonna cut the love plate out? I'm trying to figure out how to be Rico Suave, Johnny Raymond, and you over here talking about so you gonna cut it out.
No. I'm gonna leave the part in there because I'm gonna keep the part about the salmon and all that, but everything else, you know what I'm saying? After that,
Yes, but yeah, I would say, though I don't know how she is because we don't do gifts.
Yeah.
We don't do gifts for birthdays. The gift is we decided that our gift to each other is being together because life is precious, is short. So as long
y'all get gifts.
Huh?
Let me write this down. Next to you. We ain't giving gifts. Okay, that's how you make it land. Don't give gifts.
I mean, like it's just like it's a waste for us. We feel like it's a waste. We have other things that we want to do. Like we have other things we want to accomplish. So I'm not a jewelry person. I don't need diamonds. Like I have this is the ring. People see this, they be like, "Are you engaged?" I'm like, "No, I've been married 5 years. It's about to be 6 years." They're like, "Oh, you don't have a band?" I don't even want to wear this. Like, I don't care a whole lot for jewelry. I'm not gonna go out and buy more jewelry just because society says I need more jewelry. No,
exactly.
What this means? Back up.
Exactly, man.
Back the fuck up.
That shit.
It means back up. Like, no matter if I'm engaged or I'm married, either way it says I'm taken. So
yeah, that's real. That's real. A lot of people
don't do the gifts. If I can wake up to him every morning, I'm just thankful for another day with him. So vice versa.
That's how it's supposed to
be. That's what I'm talking about, cuz. I need me one of them. One of them right there. They don't even make them things anymore. I need me one of them.
We have other goals we're trying to reach, like, pay off your house. Like, come on now. For all the people that's trying to do all this, pay off your house.
Like, man, I like your mentality. I like your mindset. Like, you are young, but you live well, you know what I'm saying, further than your years, bro. That shit's so hard. Like,
you from the country, ain't you?
I am. I'm from Kingston.
Oh, yeah. I know what I'm saying. She from the country. It's different.
So, like, what?
The city women don't know nothing about that.
Like,
right there.
Why Indiana, man? My fault, John. My fault.
Oh no, you good. You good.
My husband's job, they're headquartered here. So
okay. So like talk to us about Indiana. Like tell us about like the staple food, like or whatever. Like what's the best, you know what I'm saying? What are y'all known for out there?
Mm-hmm. They are known for, I can't claim it. And I told somebody from Indianapolis today, he was like, "You a Hoosier?" I said, "No, I'm not. I can't claim it because people here, some of them, I ain't gonna say all of them, some of them are very rude. And Southern, we have the Southern hospitality. My mentality is just not the same as some of the
people. Tar Heel anyway.
So, but they're known for pork tenderloin. So what they do is like they get a piece of pork and they beat it out to where it's like real flat and big, and then they bread it and fry it.
Oh.
So it's. I like the grilled version, but that's their staple.
I'm gonna tell you the best thing I had out there.
You tell me.
My cousin went to he took me to this bar, and that's the place I had. Now I love BLT, but they had so much bacon on this BLT. I don't know what it was. The best thing I had in Indiana was the BLT cup. I had cheese on that junk. There's some bar out there, I can't remember the name of it, but that sucker had like a pound of bacon on it. And that was fat boy heaven, I'm trying to tell you.
I heard like the food scene here has gotten better. I'm not gonna say they don't have anything that's good, but a lot of it comes from like they have Detroit, they have a couple of Chicago places, so it's elements of other places. I haven't found a good soul food place, but I'm like, if I want soul food, I just cook it myself. But yeah, so there's like a Black-owned pizza place here. So they're trying. Food is getting better, but that's their only staple that I know of. Now, the other thing that they have that I do like is fried biscuits and apple butter. One thing.
What's a fried biscuit? What's a fried biscuit?
little piece of dough, and they fry it. So it's a little biscuit, and they fry it so it's crispy on the outside, and then you dip it in apple butter. Now, my country self, I took it a step further and put a little scoop of vanilla ice cream with it.
Ooh, ooh, come on, man.
I'm about to get on my aunt.
When I go and order it like that, like the people be like, I'm gonna have to try that. They're like, put me a little scoop of ice cream. I know y'all got ice cream, just put a little scoop.
I'm about to go on my aunt about that because I'm mad now. She ain't never made that for me.
Take you get some fried biscuits and apple butter.
She made now my aunt, she ain't never made me that. Now she made me the white sweet potato pie. I don't know, like it's a white potato pie, but she done did something to the white potato and made it taste sweet. So like a white sweet potato pie, like I never had it.
No, auntie. Now she can take you if you come during apple picker season. They have it at the apple orchards, those fried biscuits. But it's a couple places that have the fried biscuits and apple butter.
That's what's up.
I need that. Put a little scoop of ice, just
put a little
scoop of ice on it. Just ooh, Lord.
Dip your pinky toe in it.
Oh man.
That's your pinky toe.
Like, what about like cheese biscuits, man? What kind of breakfast they got up there? They got like cheese biscuits and shit like the country. What? No cheese biscuits.
Oh, no cheese biscuits. Yeah, we the close, like we have, there's a Bojangles in Kentucky. So the closest Bojangles is like 2 hours away, which before that was like 2 years ago, they put that over here. It's okay that Bojangles is okay, but like the breakfast here, it's just, regular breakfast. They do have some little weird stuff, like they'll have, I've seen like red velvet cinnamon swirl, like pancakes or something. So they do have, like, they'll do some like little different things. But I don't know offhand like any super stapley type.
Do they got grits? Do they got grits? Because I know a lot of places don't got no grits. They want to give you this cream of wheat, man.
Yeah, they have.
Want to give you cream of wheat.
It's only a few places that do the grits good, but they do have grits. I went to a place that had purple grits, right? And I think that they were purple. They were really good. They had like goat cheese in it with bacon and fried egg. It was a real frou-frou place. I haven't gone back because there was nothing on the menu. But the grits were really good. There's a place called Good Morning Mamas that's pretty good for breakfast. I haven't been back in a while. But like they have Java French toast. They have their cheese, which is good. Now their Java French toast is the truth.
I ain't never had that.
Yeah, that's like a Java mix that they dip the French toast in, and they put this like cinnamon swirl butter with pecans on top and pecan.
Shit. Hey, before you leave, the interview it's not over or it's not about to end. But before you leave, could you please tell that joke? Could you please?
You edited it out, right?
Yeah, I can edit it out, but I need John to hear. I'm gonna edit it out. I got you.
I tell John the joke before we go.
All right. So, look,
right.
man.
Hey, can I answer one thing? Because I do want to know the difference. All right. I be having like a lot of time people be like, yo, you funny as hell, you funny as hell. But I can't write. Like I don't even know where to start with writing no joke. We can't be like, you funny as hell, you funny as hell. I don't know why you want to be a comedian, you funny as hell. I'm not funny. Y'all think I'm funny. I can't write shit. I could not put nothing together to like the way I look at how I can't structure this junk. Like my favorite comedian is like Eddie Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do that. Like Eddie Murphy, my favorite comedian. Stand up, cat with the red, what? You know what I'm saying? With the leather, what? You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody touch. Yeah.
So I'll say everything, the tongue is very powerful. You got to tell yourself you can do it.
I just don't know how to do it.
You don't know how to do it, you can't do it.
That's right. I can't say I can't do it. I just don't know where to start.
I would say, like for me, and I'll tell you what works for me. What I start to do is I write down keywords to help me remember things. Now, if you're in conversation with people, and I do this when I'm in conversation with people, I say something you laugh about. I'm like, I could write a joke around this. I could structure a joke around this. But think about like your favorite joke or jokes, right? Think about like why you remember that joke. What was it about it? Because a lot of times I remember more of the storytelling jokes than the punchline jokes. So if you could tell a story, you think about Ali Sadiq. I don't know if you've ever seen him, but
Ali, that's
Ali,
dude.
Yeah,
I fuck with Ali. I fuck with him. That's the man.
so you think about him like he could tell a story, weave you through it, and you'll be listening to him for 3-4 minutes before you even get to a laugh. But the story is so good, it's worth waiting for that laugh, right? So if you were like talking in conversation with somebody and you get to the point where you made them laugh, you could write that story down, write it down, get to the point where they made you laugh, read it to yourself, say it out loud, tell it to somebody else, and you see what their reaction is, and then you can cut from there. It's kind of like, I'm gonna ask, what was your favorite subject in college? Like English, was it math, was it science? Like what?
My favorite subject, probably would be something dealing with business because I was a business major, so like probably marketing.
So you think about a marketing plan, right?
Right.
Marketing plans are usually really cut and dry. Like they don't have a lot. There's meat in it, but they don't provide too much detail because in marketing you have to be like boom, boom, boom to the point.
Right.
That's how a joke is. It's like you think about it like setting up that marketing plan. You have your premise. Why are we here? What can I offer you? What are the results? Why are we here? To tell you a joke. What can I offer you? A laugh. End result, we're both happy.
Okay.
So it's just like setting that up. So you don't know where to start. Where to start is to start writing it out, just like a regular.
Because like I don't plan to be funny. You know what I'm saying?
And that's
like I wouldn't plan to be funny. I think it's more like just stupid shit I do. Like I might just do something stupid, and cats be like, "Yo, you funny as hell." I'm like, but I didn't know it was gonna be funny. Like I just.
And that could be that maybe you're more of like a maybe more of a skit type person. Because so we gotta go back to what we were talking about earlier, which we were talking about Chris Tucker, right? And a lot of people say that he's funnier in movies than stand-up. Now I've seen him do both. I love them both. Last time I saw him live, I was still living in Raleigh. But I thought he was great, But you think about now, you have people that are Instagram, Facebook, YouTube doing these skits and stuff. And a lot of times when people see that, they're like, oh, they should do stand-up. Like automatically think they should do stand-up. Now doing a skit and being funny in a skit is very different from doing stand-up. Because like a lot of times I'll look at a skit and I'll be like, that was funny, but I never even laughed. Right? But when you get on stage, like you're expecting for people to actually laugh out loud. So skit funny and in person funny is different. So maybe your stuff is like you can set it up to where it's funny in a skit. So you think about like Tony Baker, right? So he does stand up and then he also has his voiceovers. So I listen to the voiceovers. I'm like, voiceovers are great, but of course the voiceovers can't work on stage because we don't have
the goats and stuff there.
Yeah, we don't have the visual. So he has his voice that he writes for the stage, and he also has those voiceovers. So it's different. It's just different.
Boy, the voiceovers be funny as hell. Like he just had that one. He just had the one with the duck in the water, and you got the lines all around it. Yeah, and look, Tony going into the water, and then
get him. Yeah, he flew away.
They get a fly. They said, whoa! Like I thought he ought to do the fool.
Like, and then we have them all talking at one time. What a fool believes.
Did y'all get into the food thing, Chris?
Oh, what's some of the food and funny?
You know how we, what I'm saying, how we be making up.
Oh yeah, I told her about that yesterday.
Yes. So sing a little, like he sung the drop top, the Usher song, "Ready to Eat."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like we be doing little crazy stuff like
Just
that.
stupid shit.
I told him, I said, y'all mess around, I'll make that into a whole song.
Fuck it.
I will.
Hey,
John, the thing about it is, what
yeah. It's
like,
just
Like, who doesn't love
but
it? Like, and
we got it because what was that movie you was talking about, Chris? Where the dude was like it was a Christmas thing. It was I think it was either Friday after next or one of them where he was like I'm dreaming of a white woman.
oh yeah.
Like you know. Like,
Oh yeah. I was
yeah.
fucking around with that.
Yeah, but I mean that was on like
yeah.
that it was like a little skit on the movie
Yeah,
and the dude was like in the credits he was like I'm drinking. You know how like you had the infomercials and like at night, like late at night, and they like going through
Oh
like
yeah,
the greatest 70s
yeah.
shit. But old dude was in the movie talking like it was a Christmas thing. He's like, I'm dreaming of a white woman, and then there was like jingle salty nut milk or something like that. Like it was just a bunch of songs that was running through. I was like, damn.
Like, cause me and John we was on the phone one day fucking around. Like, hey man, what if we made like a, you know how like John said back in the day how they used to have the little infomercials for the songs. Like now that's what I call music, or like the old
like that. Wow, Jam 16.
Like with such hits as you know what I'm saying?
You know what? I did one of those.
Oh, real?
Right.
Come on, man.
It's like the commercials, like because you know how back in the day they used to be like, call now, you know, only sold on you can only get this over the phone. You can't, it's not sold in stores, right? So I was like, you know, doing an ode to that. And me and my best friend did some dances. So we did the Tell Me dance. So like we did the Tell Me dance, we did the Brandy dance, you know, that one.
Yeah.
We did a TLC, but it was like it's the infomercial.
Yeah.
And it's just us like 3 times dancing, like we looking crazy. I'm in a robe, he in his pajamas. It don't even, you know, it's funny, but it's just we were just like, we get it. We can't buy this in stores.
That's crazy. So look, let me ask you this. So like I be doing little crazy stuff, like coming up with like crazy sponsors or whatever. Like it ain't even real stuff. It's just like little dumbass sponsors. One day, could we work together, right, and create like a fake product, and you do like a jingle for it, like a little, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna just read off something that I got. It's some old shit. So one of my sponsors was Bumpy Johnson's Rib Shack and OBGYN Clinic, where the slogan is, you got crabs, so do we. Come on down and get you something to eat.
Have y'all heard of Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage?
Yeah.
Have you heard it to the Monica beat?
No.
I ain't heard it.
You ain't heard it? I'm gonna see if I can get it up. You might have to edit this out, but I got to get it up because this is hilarious.
Jones Barbecue.
Jones Barbecue.
Jones Barbecue and Foot.
Y'all out here.
We out here. It's hilarious. Oh my God, I posted it. I know I posted it. Here, you ready?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm ready. Not my song though.
It's the real thing. It's a real restaurant too. Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage up in it's up north of here. Wisconsin. It's in Wisconsin somewhere.
Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage. Like so you eating barbecue and get your little feet played with.
Then you got the Red House, like the Red House furniture. Y'all seen that commercial?
No.
It's right there in Greensboro. Go look at it. It's like at the Red House where Black people and white people buy furniture, and it's a real store.
That's
Greensboro?
And I said,
why? I'm in Greensboro. The Red House is in Greensboro, not gonna lie.
It's like Greensboro at that point. Go look it up. I was like, why?
No.
Why?
I believe it because we got a lot of furniture around this way.
Y'all need to look at that.
I got you. That shit hilarious, man.
Well, black
was
people
like-
and white
It was
people.
like, I'm a black person and I buy furniture at the Red House. And then it was like, and we sell to Hispanics too. I was like, huh?
Damn.
What? North Carolina, please. But you know, that's Western North Carolina. We don't claim them.
Oh,
Hold
hey.
on. First of all, hold on now.
You
Hold
from
on.
Western North Carolina?
Hold on. First of all, we're not Western North Carolina. We are Central North Carolina. Western North Carolina is over there on the other side of 77. That is Western North Carolina.
So please get your people at the White House, at the Red House, where white people and
Now,
black
we
people.
Central North Carolina. we west of y'all. We west of y'all out there on the waters. We west of y'all, but we not Western North Carolina. Excuse me.
At the Red House.
Shoot.
Y'all wild as hell, man. So look,
So we talked
Try
about
to play us.
the business of it. Like we talked about the business. We talked about hard work.
what you got?
Yeah, we making connections. Not, you know, let's talk about this because this is important. This is a topic we talked about on the clubhouse room in the comedy houses. Is just not shooting yourself in the foot, but also not trash talking people. Like one of my things is, like I said, I'm like, everybody has their audience, whatever, right? And if you're gonna trash talk people, don't do it to other comedians. Don't do it with other comedians about other comedians. Talk to, you know, your brother, sister, cousin, whatever. I'm having a hard time with this person. I don't know what's going on. Blah, blah. Write it down in a journal. But as with anything in life, you'll realize how small the circle is. Clubhouse has been great. I've met so many people that it would have taken me years to make connections with. And now these people like know my name. Like I was telling Chris, like Rodney Perry, I was on the room and I was just talking about some other stuff. And I don't know what made him look at my YouTube or made him want to know more about me, but he was like, "Are you a chef?" And I was like, "Huh?" Like, where you get that from? I was like, "On YouTube." And I was like, "What? Wait a minute. Rodney Perry is looking at my YouTube. Like,
dope, bro.
Not happening." So just meeting a lot of people. I got to talk to Kid from Kid and Play.
Come on, man.
So many people.
So you ain't tell me you talked to Kid now.
Yeah,
you
I talked to
let that
Kid.
look.
I talked to
Some motherfucker.
really deep, in-depth conversation with Ryan Davis and Ali Sadiq. Like I was on
Ryan Davis, you know what I'm saying, from North Carolina too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, but he a Duke fan. But yeah, he cool too.
Yeah.
That's hard, bro.
But I was on a call. Like one night, I was on a call from 8 p.m. and I didn't get off the call at like 6:30 in the morning. And I was up the entire time. But people kept dropping in. That's the thing about Clubhouse. You never knew who's going to be. Never know who's going to be. People kept dropping in and out.
Yeah, I got to get an R phone.
Somebody new dropped in. I was like, I need to talk. Like, we got to talk. And like people were afraid to say stuff. And I don't understand what it is. And I encouraged people. I was like, y'all, this is the time to ask the questions. Like, give them compliments. Because a lot of people were just coming to the stage like, I love you. You're so funny. Like, these people hear this every day. Mm-hmm. They're here to ask questions because it was one of those Q&A type rooms. Because ask us what you want to know about the industry. And I was like, well, if y'all ain't going to ask questions, they kept asking me. I was like, Jetta, you got any other questions? Sure do. Talk about it. Then I kept pushing the conversation forward. What about this? Have you thought about it this way? You know what I'm saying? Like have something to add to the conversation. And that's something that's important, not just in comedy, but in life, is that you really have to be intentional. And if you feel like you don't have the confidence to express yourself or articulate what it is that you want to say to somebody, if you see somebody else doing it, don't be afraid to go up to them and ask, like, how is it that you do that?
True.
Because the people who you need to help you will help you. People who are all for self, and I call them knowledge hoarders, you'll need them anyway.
That's real.
I don't mind saying, look, this is why I'm so comfortable doing that. I tell people all the time, I work in HR. Yep. I have to talk to people every day. I have to have tough conversations.
Oh, I know you got plenty of jokes off of that just alone.
But I have to have tough conversations all the time. I have great, lighthearted conversations all the time. But I have to be able to talk to people on any level. And so
Really?
that's what makes me comfortable, because I'm like, people are people. It might be a celebrity, but aren't we all celebrities, right?
That's real, man.
Like celebrity to somebody.
Like that's real. And when we had the interview the other day with Rich Graham, like that's basically what he was telling us. Like me and John bigged him up so much. We was like, man, we appreciate you. We appreciate you. And he was like, you know what? We was like, man, this might be small to you, but it's big to us. He was like, man, shit, I'm a regular motherfucker, man. I'm a regular nigga just like y'all, but I just think that I'm the best DJ and cartoonist out. That's the only difference. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, that shit dope. Mm-hmm. That shit dope, man. But that's the confidence that you got to have. You know what I'm saying?
Because that's what I'm talking about. Like, there's power in the tongue. Like, I say to myself, I'm going to be this. I'm going to go these places. And I've made these affirmations. I've written it down. Like, I'm going to advance in this competition. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And it's going to happen for me. But I just have to know that it is. But again, not everybody's born with that. I'm going to say this. I'm a Leo. My husband's a Leo. He's a July Leo. I'm an August Leo. So thank God we're both now August Leo. Because it'd be crazy because he's very different. He has a Cancer moon. So he's very mellow.
Now, how you know the moon? See, I don't know the moons. I don't know the moons. See, I'm a Gemini. I'm just a Gemini. Like, I don't know if my moon a full moon, half moon, quarter moon. I don't know. Moon pie. I don't know.
If you put in astrological, whatever sign, moon signs, it like you could put in your birthday and it'll tell you what, that year, what was going on and what your sun is, your moon is, and what your promise is and all that.
Yeah, because somebody said you got to know the time that you were born. How the hell am I supposed to know what time I was born? I was being born. I didn't even know what it was. I didn't even know what it looked like.
It'll be somewhat accurate. It'll just tell you what was going on that day if you don't know the exact time. Yeah, but it'll tell you what was going on. But
I just know I was conceived on the couch. That's all I know. My daddy told me I was a couch baby. That's all I know is I'm a couch baby. So.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Sometimes, John, it's this dude named Teddy Ray. Right? Sometimes how you kick your jokes off, bro, you remind me of Teddy Ray. You a funny dude, bro. All jokes aside, my nigga, you funny.
I don't be.
I know.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
What you
like he be saying, it's not a joke. I'm just talking conversation with her. Like I ain't even playing for the.
No,
I know it ain't a conversation, and you feel like it's going good where you making somebody laugh. Record it and listen to it.
I know it's not a joke, man.
Right.
I know it's not a joke. But that shit was funny. Like, just the way you just brought that out of the fucking blue, and the way you said it, bro, was fucking funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not sure how much of comedy is timing, but you was right on time with that. That shit was funny.
That's one of the things they talk about, not stepping on your laughs, right? So if you get a big laugh like that, just ride the laugh and don't stop it, because then when you get to the point where you're stopping the audience, they don't feel comfortable laughing. So sometimes you might have them laughing so hard that you don't even get to tell 2 or 3 jokes that you intended to tell because they laughing so hard.
Damn.
But the thing is, you might have the next audience that you get. So say you got a weekend, 4 weekend of shows, the next audience you get, they might just give you a little chuckle and then you got to move on.
Yeah.
So you can't never just bank on the one joke. You just gotta have a whole lineup of them jokes and just like, hey, this one break yesterday, but hey, it might come on the last one that I never even got to tell the last time.
Mm-hmm.
So you just let it roll.
Yeah, timing is a big part of it. Not rushing through, giving the audience time to process it, because some people, if they feel like people haven't processed it, they'll just start jumbling. But you can't prejudge people, and sometimes it takes them a second to get it. Like the joke that I tell about me and my dad. There's a joke that I tell about me and my dad. I told it at an open mic a week ago, and this lady laughed so hard. She laughed so hard that it took up 30 seconds of my set. So my next joke, I just had to cut half of it, and then I told something new, like just related it to the presidency things that just happened.
Mhm.
And I was like, all right, I got to be good with that because that'll be a minute, So
I got you. So, all right. So now it's almost time for the lightning round, man. We got a few questions that we're gonna ask you. Try to, you know what I'm saying? Like the question that you asked, you know what I'm saying? That you asked Rich, you know what I'm saying? So, got a question. Yeah. So I got a question for you. John has a question for you. My question is, if you were to be any black sitcom to replace a character, what sitcom would it be?
If I were on a sitcom,
Any black sitcom. I'm talking about anyone. It could be the Jeffersons on up to it ain't a sitcom, it's a show, but it could be Snowfall. Any kind of black television that's Family Matters, Jamie Foxx, Fresh Prince.
Okay. Can I replace a character and add a character?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I would replace Felicia Rashad on The Cosby Show.
Ooh.
I would love to play that part.
Okay.
The depth of that.
Now, hold on.
What she gave to Black women at that time to show us that you can be a lawyer, you can be that, like you can be toe to toe with your husband, but also let him lead and lead your children, and also be comfortable enough that when your kids are at a certain point, you decide you live for you and your kids are grown, you've raised them, and you have to let them go and be themselves. That's what I love that she brought to our culture, because so often Black women, we are kind of taught to put everybody before us. We're taught to just, put everybody's needs before our own, and even our kids, if they're grown, we still have to help them out when they, when they fall by the wayside. But no, I raised you, you grown, you made your bed, you sleep in it. I've done enough. So that's what I loved about Claire. I would replace Claire Huxtable.
I love me some Felicia Rashad. I love me some Felicia Rashad.
And I got to see her live. The craziest thing, I saw her in London live, of all places.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went to London to do my master's in international business. My husband came over. We were dating at the time, still dating at the time. He came for his spring break. And they have the most amazing thing there is called, and it may have changed, but it was at the time was called for under 26s for students. So if you were a student, you got special privileges, cheap tickets to the theater and stuff like that. So my husband, he waited outside of the theater for 2 hours before they opened, because the first 6 front row tickets that were normally 120 pounds, which is about $145 to $150 US.
I ain't weighed like that since I was about the 5th grade. I ain't never weighed that less. She said 125 pounds.
Man.
No, in money.
Oh,
yes, the first ticket. He was like, wait a minute.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
My bad. Yeah, you talking about the
first
pounds, the yen, and stuff like that. Yeah.
The first 6 front row tickets were 10 pounds, and he was one of the first 6. So he waited in line 2 hours while I was in class. And we saw Felicia Rashad, James Earl Jones. It was another guy that he used to play on Girlfriend.
Oh, James.
It was, who else did we see? Those are the 2 I remember the most. It's Felicia Rashad, James Earl Jones, and we saw them front rows. Oh, from Love and Basketball. What's her name?
Lathan.
Denai Lathan.
Yeah.
Man. Oh my God, yo, wait, hold up, bro. How was James Earl Jones? Like
amazing. I've seen him twice.
My sister
saw him with Cicely Tyson, and
that's who my sister wanted to meet. My sister wanted to meet Cicely Tyson. Rest in peace, she just passed. My sister wanted to meet Cicely Tyson, but I had always wanted to meet James Earl Jones because like he meant so. Like he like one of them. A Morgan Freeman type black guys, you know what I'm saying?
And those are the type of gifts that we give to each other. So like that gift was him standing in line for 2 hours. We both broke college students. I was like, I know this, this is something we can do as students, but I'm gonna be in class when the tickets. He was like, I'm gonna stand in line.
That's dope, man.
You know what I'm saying? So
sacrifice, man.
yeah,
God,
that's the person I would replace. Now, a character I would add, because we actually had a clubhouse about this. It was like talking about 90s sitcom, and they were like, who would you replace or add? I would add to Living Single, I would be Maxine Shaw's best friend.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell y'all the reason why. Like, I think she had a great group of women in the women that were there, but we never got a chance to see her vulnerable side. And I feel like if she had a friend who understood her, who understood where she was coming from in the space that she was in, being a Black woman, being a Black lawyer, having to deal with all that masculinity and all of that, and having somebody who was there just for her to break her down, and show her in a different light, I would have loved her character a whole lot more. Like, I loved her, the fierceness of her, but we never got to see her vulnerability.
That's because Kyle was a punk. No, I'm playing. Kyle cool. The real Kyle dude was cool. But Kyle should have cheated. No, I'm playing.
He should have cheated. Oh, Lord.
You want to see vulnerability, he should have cheated.
So, yeah. So that's, I would add her.
John, what you got, man?
Hey, look, man. You seen the movie Hangover, right?
Yeah.
All right, you got 1 weekend. I need 5 celebrities, comedians, singers, music artists, whoever. 5 people for a hangover weekend, just like the movie. It don't matter where you at. You can be London, Amsterdam, Virginia, Vegas. It don't matter where you're at. You about to have a Vegas night. I mean, you about to have a hangover night. That's what you got to have, a hangover night. Who got to be there with you?
Definitely Taraji P. Henson. Bananas. I think we would mesh in real life. Regina Hall.
Oh, Lord.
Okay.
I think we would mesh.
Don't do me this way. Go ahead, keep going.
Regina King.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, my God.
Back to 90s Regina King to now. Like, I know her personality, her she's evolved so much. So those 3 definitely. I gotta put a dude in the mix. Let me see who I would have as the male. I would have his face is in my head and I'm not thinking of his name. He was in TSA. He was TSA on Get Out. You know who I'm talking about?
Oh, L'Oreal.
L'Oreal, yeah.
Did y'all ever watch the show on Fox?
A little bit.
You gotta go back and watch it. Like, my favorite character, he did a rapper called Sprinkle Dinkle Dinkle. I just think like the both of us would be just thinking of crazy songs. And the last one, I would say his is Todrick Hall.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's my weekend because my best friend is of the rainbow community. And I say that I just say rainbow community because I don't know it's LGBTQ plus. So I don't want to offend anybody, but I asked him and he said, he was like, that's appropriate to say, but he's a joy to be around, so much fun. We have, he brings out the creativity in me and we both love Todrick Hall. And I think Todrick Hall would just bring that out of me too. And then you have, the balance of the seriousness and then the playful, like we can get some work done. Like all of them, like all 5 of those people have the work, like they just put the work in, then they play,
But this night they ain't gonna be putting the work in because y'all gonna be twisted. I'm trying to tell you.
Twisted, but we would all be on that same playing field of
I got you.
When we ready to play, it's time to play. We've already done all the work. So I think those are the 5 people that I'd be like, yeah, we can go.
It'd be super funny too. So yeah.
Man, you just dropped some names on me. You dropped some of my favorite women.
Hey, look, Chris, we gonna have to be, we the extras.
Extras.
We have to be the extras that night.
Like, you need a camera?
Hey, I'll be the cameraman.
I'll be the dude walking around. Hey, look, I'll be the dude walking in the back. So if any one of them smoke, be like, anybody got a lighter? Yeah, man, I got your lighter, right?
I'm trying to tell you, man. So I want to ask you, man. Is there anything else? Where can they find you at? Where can they follow you? Give us your YouTube page. Drop that on us. You know, we're trying to get your subscribers up, your followers up. We're trying to do all this for you, man. I told you, we got you, son. We got you, son.
Everything. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter is at Jetta, JettaV as in Victor, comedy. So everything is under the same moniker. So you don't have to go trying to like, what is her name over here? So it's a one over here and a two. It's just at JettaV comedy. What you can expect is different. Like if you're a Facebook user, not an Instagram, you won't see my food. If you're Instagram, you'll see my food. YouTube, you'll get the food demos. I'm slowly moving all my other videos over there so you can see them, but you'll get food demos. Now those you might get, you know, a little funny here and there, but those are just trying to teach you because YouTube videos, y'all know it takes forever to edit, upload. So I don't do a whole lot of joking in those. It's just, hey, if I ever have to submit this, try to get on a cooking show, it's a little bit more polished. So it's just, here's what we cooking today. Let's cook. I'm gonna teach you how to do it. Boom, bam, boom. That's what you find. And then eventually, and I'm gonna try to do this next weekend. Food and Funny will be on Instagram Live.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Man, hey, look, let me know. Shoot me a text. I'm gonna be in the room. You know what I'm saying? Hey, next time you on Clubhouse, I already followed you on Clubhouse. Yeah. Shoot me a text or something. I'll jump in the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Add in or whatever.
Why don't Clubhouse get an Android? I'm pissed. That's just messed up. They just treat us like we the ugly stepchild. That shit ain't fair.
You know,
discrimination against Androids.
I switched from the Android to iPhone in 2020. And the only reason I did it was because the iPhone, the capabilities, and all the things that I could do, like I could do everything up there that I'm doing without having to buy anything extra. So that's the only reason I switched from Droid is because the technology was better. That's it. So I don't know why Clubhouse did it, but maybe it, it just integrates better with that, and I don't know. They're hanging for sure.
You know what? I let you get away with that. You turn your back on us, but it was for the positive.
And I'm a Droid fan till I die because there's some things you can do that like some websites still integrate better with the Android than it does with the phone.
Because they ain't got no split screen. They can't watch the game and watch Facebook at the same time. They ain't got no split screen like we do. I don't care.
Let me tell y'all, yeah, that's something I do miss. But when you think about iMovie, all the other apps and stuff that you can get to, like if you wanted to do editing, like you can do portrait mode. You could be a photographer from your phone.
Yeah. And that's pretty much how I do everything for real.
I gotta go back and talk to Android.
Man,
February need to be of the community.
February 25th, man. Get your tickets. Get your tickets at Eventbrite, man. This young lady is going for the United States Funniest, man. Let's support her, what she's doing, man. Support her YouTube channel, everything she got going on, man. Support this Black queen, man. Support her, man. Let me turn this recording off.
Okay.
We think about doing some merch. So once we get some merch situated, we're gonna shoot you some stuff out. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get you. We're gonna take care of you, man. You know what I'm saying?
And then I could like have my camera, boop boop boop.
Come on, exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
My camera down. Like we on the podcast.
Smooth as Tennessee whiskey. All right, I see.
They got this on the clearance rack for $3 a day at Kohl's in the men's section.
What? That's a hard ass shirt. I like that. That shirt hard as that. John, did you see that shirt?
What does shirt say?
Smooth like Tennessee whiskey.
I'm just a smooth Tennessee whiskey. That's my shit, dog.
$3 on the clearance rack at Kohl's.
Hey, can you email me that?
What, the t-shirt?
I need me one of them. Can you email me one of them? I'm gonna give you some. You heard the country song Tennessee Whiskey?
Yes. Well, I don't know if they got like my husband went up so his task when we go to the store, when he look on his clearance, because I love the men's shirts always are comfortable and they have the nice writing on them. And so I always ask him to check the smalls. And today they had some nice stuff. So I got one that says The Office, and then I got this one, the Tennessee Whiskey.
That's hard, man. That's dope as hell, yo. I love shirts like I love shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's a nice color. I was like, I want the brown earrings.
I got a little bear smoking a joint.
Hey, look, y'all see what my shit say.
99
Hold up. I got 99 problems.
And you going away without 90?
Dang.
Well, so when you were talking about the Philly cheesesteak, right?
Yeah.
I tell you what my husband said. My husband, he's a big man too. So whenever, somebody asks him like, oh, how you know this is good? He'll rub his stomach. He'll be like, that's not experience. It's experience. So you are experienced. Just tell people that.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look.
Just say you got it from somebody, but I'm experienced.
Man, look, man.
I'm
wild
saying.
Wild
Hey, he probably hit her with the lead too and run that jump like a pregnant lady.
Yo, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's Black History Month, right? It's Black History Month. Have y'all learned anything new that you never knew?
Oh man, let me see. I learned that James Brown's mom is from Rocky Mount.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Other than that, that's try to learn a bit more about us and our people. You know what I'm saying? Every day.
I learned the majority of the black leaders and stuff, like the black bankers and stuff from the Black Wall Street area was Republican. I ain't know that shit. I ain't know that. That it was, yeah. I wonder when it all shifted to when Negroes started thinking like, oh, well, we're gonna run Democratic.
Yeah, that's a good question, bro.
And maybe that was the government's thing. Maybe they knew that we would prosper better as black Republicans, so they scared us away from that and made it become Democrats, so we'd be up under their control and government. Yeah, I'm gonna get to think about that.
You have to
think about that.
Because I thought about it because back then it was called the Democratic Republican Party. So
right.
They branched off, so it's very interesting to see the shifts because back then the Republicans were for us.
Because you remember it was the Whigs in a Democratic Republic, right? Mm-hmm. But the Whigs got chopped off and they split the Democrats and Republicans up. But still, there was Southern owners in the South that were Democrat. But a lot of them people are Republican now. Like they kids, the generational wealth of them people that were slave owners that were Democrats back then, their kids are now Republicans. But weird, like I don't know, it's weird.
It's crazy because now the stigma with the Republican Party is automatically like racist, and it's not that. It's more, when you're in a different tax bracket. Shoot, if I was in that tax bracket, I'd be thinking twice about being a Democrat too. I'm like, I gotta protect my interests, Yeah,
why I gotta help these folk out that ain't trying to help themselves? Like I get the argument. That's why I tell people I'm not a straight party person.
Right.
I'm just not down with the Trump rhetoric. But I'm not a straight party person because I get it. If I'm making 100,000 a year, like why do I gotta just so people that like I don't got a problem with people being on welfare, right? But when you using it to live off of and you ain't trying to get better, you're just trying to stay there because it's free and you like it makes no sense to me that you are paying $100 for rent, but you got an S550 in the driveway or an S550 out there in the parking lot of some Section 8 apartments, like.
Or when they for generational, like when I see like my grandma lived next door and then my great grandma lived and all of y'all live in a project, somebody somewhere had to say, I want to do better.
Yep. That's real, man.
And that's why I use it as a stepping stone. But then we have to think about, and this is a story for another or a topic for another time, but the push against having people get paid $15 an hour. Then like if you break that down, that's only like $31,200 a year. Are we really, like people aren't making that in 2021? And people that have 5-person household, and you expect these people to live off $15,000 a year?
Yeah.
What kind of quality of life can they have? And then you wonder why they're, into crime or mental illness, because they can't escape. They can't get away. They have to literally work.
Right.
Yeah.
Have a vacation. They can't, just like we talked about, like we was broke. Like
Yep.
I had to scrape up points to go to Myrtle Beach for a day or one night.
Hey, look. She said we was broke. That's how you know they got the bread now. She said we was broke. I said, I'm like, shit, I'm still broke.
Hey, but if you like that,
no, it's a different mindset.
Yeah,
right.
Sometimes you got to change locations to, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You see better.
Yeah.
John, no, I would say a lot about this subject, but I'm not gonna say shit. Just I'm in this little teeny town with one stoplight because, that's neither here nor there. So
my husband, he's from he claimed he's from LaGrange. He's from LaGrange, and I don't know if they only have.
Oh, wait, you said from where?
LaGrange.
LaGrange is right beside Kinston.
Yeah, Grifton, LaGrange, Kinston, kind of like, you know what I'm saying, boom, bow, bow. Like that.
Is that, is LaGraenge or something like that? Okay. I was like, what the hell is LaGrange? But
we call it Lay, and I'm like, where's the Y? They be like, Lay, I'm going to LaGrange. I'm like,
yeah. Country ass folk. I'm from Brown something. I'm from a country town too. We ain't got no stoplight. We just got a railroad track. That's a stoplight. When the railroad track, when the train go by, you stop. When the gleamy go.
Yeah, dang. I mean, we do got a little bit more in Hurt, but at least we got a McDonald's.
Hey man, we just got a Dollar General.
Y'all got a Dollar General.
We just got a Dollar General. That been popping like the mall, dog. I ain't lying to you. Dollar General out there, motherfucker.
Gentlemen, you got anything else for us? You got any more jewels you want to drop off for us?
Well, one thing I learned that I didn't know, and of course my husband, I was doing a Black History Month wall for this contract that I'm at. Their employees they were like, oh, can we, do something for Black History Month? And I do, I create flyers. My father, and we still have it. It's a lounge back in Kinston. And so I learned how to make, it's called Why Not Tonight. And I learned how to make flyers for them and do like some of their marketing collateral because I didn't want them to have to pay anybody. So I was like, that's something I can pick up, and got really good at it. So I was like, all right, let me, make this Black History wall. And so I was like I put notable people, but I wanted to put the lesser known, let's just celebrate people so that they could learn something new. Let me get this little notification off my computer. Anyways, so I learned Carter G. Woodson. He's an Omega man. My husband's member of fraternity, Omega Psi Phi. And
word.
He was like, well, you know who he is, right? And I was like, no. And he was like, yeah. He was like, he's the reason, Black History Month exists. He started with, Black Heritage Week, and then, lobby for it to become a month. And so an Omega man is responsible for Black History Month. I was like, all right.
No, man. That's what's up. That's what's up. I'm gonna leave it there because that's what's up, man.
Okay.
That's what's up.
That's something I learned, and I was like, okay, I learned something new, and it was good.
I do know that an Omega man was responsible for the first successful blood transfusion.
Yep. I put him up there too. I think that is let me get his name right. I got him on my list. Charles Drew.
Yep.
Charles R. Drew.
Yep.
He was like, well, you got to put him up there. You got to put him up there because he was responsible for the blood banks.
Damn.
And when the wars, and at first they didn't want to take Black blood, and then he was like, well, how are the Black soldiers gonna get blood? then they started, taking it and making sure that only the Black soldiers got it. So but yeah, so
we got an episode that your husband would like. We have an episode with a member of Omega Psi Phi. You know what I'm saying? He talked about it being 100-plus-year-old business and him, you know what I'm saying, not the position that he held, but the importance of the position that he held. That was pretty dope. You know what I'm saying?
So I can point him to it because he loved podcasts. He loved to listen to things. So he was.
Man, I got a few. We got a few that he should be up on, man. John, you got a few podcasts that you want to, you know what I'm saying, suggest for a husband?
Oh, you talking podcasts that he can watch?
Yeah.
Oh, if he into sports, he can watch All the Smoke. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if he into sports, he can watch All the Smoke, a Knucklehead podcast.
Storytelling. What kind of storytelling or comedy podcast can he listen to?
Oh yeah, it's Did You Miss Me? That's what I watch now.
Look, I'm gonna tell you this. Cause you mentioned Billy Sorrells earlier, right? So I said Billy Sorrells, D-Lay, and Damn Fool got a podcast. This shit is hilarious. You talking about storytelling at its best? Hands down. John.
The best storytelling podcast in America.
I swear to God. It's hilarious.
For the world. Like it's the world. I'm sorry, it's not D-Lay. It's not D-Lay. It's Worldwide Lay. So if he ever see this, I want him to know I ain't calling D-Lay. It's Worldwide Lay.
The ladies call him PBD Lay. The ladies call him PBD Lay. That's what they call him. PBD Lay.
All the Smoke.
Don't ask me what PBD stand for because I'm not going to tell you that one.
I'm not going to take it. That ain't my responsibility to tell you because
that ain't for me.
Yeah. The ladies call him PBD Lay.
I tell you how you find out what it means. You can call 323.
But it's a real number too.
It's a real number. They give out a real number.
Yeah. What is it? 323 389 9734.
See, you ain't a real fan.
But that one.
It's like you should be able to name that off like Mike Jones.
You ain't lying. Cause we done heard it so many times. You ain't lying. Then you got Modern Culture. That's another. That has Ronnie Jordan, the dude I said your husband looked like. Tyler Chronicle.
Dude looked like Ronnie Jordan though.
I told her, bro. The first thing I said, I was like, "Yo, her husband look like Ronnie Jordan, bro."
But hold on. But you said I look like Teddy Ray. I don't like it.
No, I didn't. I said you look like Omi in the Hellcat. I said you look like Omi, but you tell jokes like Teddy.
Ain't that some dumb shit?
Hey, like have you ever seen Omi in the Hellcat? It's this guy named Omi in the Hellcat. Do me a favor.
You don't watch TV.
Oh, okay. Look, but it's on YouTube. He ain't on TV now. But do me a favor real quick. Go to Google and type in Omi, O-M-I, in a Hellcat. Pull up his picture.
I look like this nigga.
You look, man, I'm telling you, bro.
I do not look just like this nigga, man.
You look like Omi in a Hellcat, my nigga.
Nah, he look like me.
Go to images and look at this nigga, man.
Especially when he had the long beard.
I'm telling you, look like Omi, my nigga.
Man,
y'all favor.
I'm telling you.
Your goatee is a little bit more connected, but yeah, y'all favor.
We from the same bloodline, man. That's all.
And he from PA. and he from PA. So y'all might be, hey.
He from Pennsylvania for real. What part he from?
Yeah, he from Philly.
Oh, I got family in Philly too. He might be.
Y'all
might
be
a little more crawl.
Bro, y'all look too much damn alike to be. But hey, man.
Just because we fat, got head like Super, you know.
I cannot.
Off the PJ.
Got that.
You know, Super got the little head.
Like, I'm getting people like.
God damn, man.
He got the head like Super off the PJ. I don't care.
So look, this what we gonna do, man. Usually how I do it, I'm gonna chop up some of this because this is a fire episode. I'm gonna chop some of this up, probably tomorrow before the Super Bowl. I'm gonna shoot you some clips. Tell me how you like them, and then you know what I'm saying. You can post them where you see fit. You know what I'm saying. Wherever you want to post them at, I'm gonna post them up too. I'm gonna add you on Instagram, add you on Twitter. I'm gonna you know what I'm saying, tag you on Facebook, Snapchat. If you got Snapchat, I'm gonna do all that. You know what I'm saying. So Indeed, well, not Indeed, LinkedIn. I'm sorry, I posted some shit on LinkedIn yesterday. So I try to hit every stream that I can.
But you posted on LinkedIn?
Hell yeah! You ain't see my LinkedIn yesterday?
Lord have mercy.
I ain't see.
I'm like, no,
I ain't see.
I'm at
Now how the hell the CEO of Niggas Get Rich Incorporated gonna hire me if you got these funny videos up there of me?
Hey man, look.
No, I don't want it on LinkedIn. I'll put it on.
Oh, you want on LinkedIn? Hey, don't worry about it then. Don't worry about it then. Don't worry about it. I won't post on LinkedIn. I don't give.
Well, yeah, that's interesting. I've said LinkedIn is becoming more and more like Facebook and other platforms.
It is.
And people just either
like a business platform. Yeah.
So
I think it's dope that you did international business though.
That's hard. That's hard.
I should have did that. I was just ready to get out of Elizabeth City State University. I was ready to get out of college. Even though I loved it down there, but I hated it down there at the same time. But I loved it down there. But I was just ready to get up out of college, man. I was tired of doing work. And shit. I should have went. I mean, man, I could have met my wife across the street.
As long as you got breath.
Yeah, man, London. But like next time you come on the show, we got to speak on that. We got to speak on that. That little tidbit right there. Like, I need to know how long that motherfucker. What was like the flight like? You know what I'm saying? Because they say the international flights they lay out like on a motherfucker chill, like kick back type shit. You know what I'm saying?
I did have a whole row to myself, so I put the armrest up and I lay down, but I wasn't. The planes are huge.
Yeah.
So I got a question too. I want to ask this question on the next one too. Is the bridge really falling down?
No.
Oh.
Shut your ass, boy! Shut your ass up.
No.
All right, gentlemen, we go on that note.
You can't climb the bridge. So there's the way the London Bridge is. There are stairs in the bridge where you can climb the bridge with like stairwells, where you can climb to the top.
Oh, okay. Shit. But it's not falling down. Cool.
It's not falling down. It's walkable. Like, I lost 15 pounds my first 2 months because they don't use preservatives in their food. It's a lot of food there, like food dyes and food additives that we use here that are banned there. So they're a lot healthier over there. Like mac and cheese, they don't have it. Boxed mac and cheese, they don't have it. Certain cereals, certain candies, like when my ravioli. So when my husband came, he bought me a whole bunch of food. Like, he had one suitcase full of food that I couldn't get there, but I was eating for. But by the time I got it, I had been there so long, my body didn't want it anymore.
Damn.
It was crazy.
Damn.
So when I got back home, like, my body was rejecting food that I had eaten for years.
Damn.
So I need to go over there and I go over there. I do my, what do they call it, my fat life or my big life or whatever, my 500 and below over there in England. I need to go over there and lose weight.
Because the meat only lasts a couple of days, because again, they're not like putting those additives in there. So like, I have to go to the store 2-3 times a week.
Yeah.
So there's no preservatives. Not many preservatives, not like we do here.
International J, man.
I don't know if I can stay over there. They ain't got no preserves, bro.
They have.
I love my preserves,
cuz not as much.
Like, I love my preserves. My grandma used to make some mean preserves.
Preservatives.
Shut your ass off, man.
I know what he doing. He crazy.
That is crazy.
Now, I tell you what, the lingonberry, like, I would eat PB&J, but they didn't have grape jelly, at least at the stores I was in, but they had this lingonberry jelly.
Lingonberry, cool.
Lingonberry, I hope I'm saying it right. It's Ligon berry, lingonberry.
however it is, it's
Here
good.
too. So if you see it at the store, you probably just looked it over because you was like, "What is that?" But I'm saying that's better than grape jelly all day.
Bussin'? That shit bussin'?
It's the bomb. Like it's more grape than grape jelly. I was like, where has this been all my
It
life?
tastes, and it's called a Legenberry. I'm gonna look that up.
And that was, because I was a broke college student, so I was like, I'm gonna eat. I had grilled cheese and PB&J and spaghetti, chicken.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
And every now and again, I would get some pork medallions. When I was feeling fancy and I wanted to treat myself. That was 3 pounds, and I was like, "Oh, child, this is breaking the bank."
Pork medallions. Hold on. She done put me on game. What's a pork medallion?
That's a necklace.
It's like a necklace. It's like circles, like little. It's like I don't even know if they sell them here because like they used to them little pork medallions. It's like this big. You get about 6 of them in a pack, but it's like a little the center cut of the pork chop. Just a little.
So it's something like the the filet mignon.
Yeah, like, it's kind of like that of the pork.
Okay. I got you.
Damn.
Hey yo, I do got a question.
Mm-hmm.
What I got a very good question. What type of drink does a hog drink?
A hog. Is this a joke? What kind of drink does a hog drink? They're a pig. Pork. I don't know.
Bacon soda. But anyways.
Suck your ass off, man.
Yes. You better bring that back when you talk about bacon. I'm gone. I cannot. I'm so done. Why?
Like from time to time, like I'm glad you segued into that, John. So
that's the joke, John. Write that down.
From time to time, right? We do these statements called "I don't like that shit," and they're also dad jokes, but we just call them "I don't like that shit" statements. So one that I often revisit is this one right here. How does a hamburger introduce his girlfriend?
That's my main cheese.
That's a good one. Close, very close. Meat patty.
Okay.
Hey man, so let's go a little quick here.
Meat patty.
Meat patty.
Yeah, I got a little bit main cheese, like the main squeeze. I like that.
Yeah. No, that was a good one.
Yeah, definitely a good one. I always say,
loose, man. Go ahead and cut one.
I always say, I don't know, this one didn't go with the last person quite that well, but if you go to a prison, right, and you see a midget climbing down the prison wall, is that condescending?
No.
Oh man.
Yes, a condescending.
Oh man. So wrong with that guy, man. But so those are 2 little cracks at comedy.
Those are good.
Well, we're gonna let you go, man. We appreciate you. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for all of your jewels that you drop. Thank you for everything that you do. Keep this food and funny coming. Keep everything coming. Keep your content coming. We waiting on it. We got you. Anything you need, hit me up.
Hit us up.
Hey, hit us up. Yeah, hit us up. I'm sorry. Hit us up. Anything you need, hit us up. Definitely. And we'll do the same thing for you. If we need anything, if we need like a little quick little intro or something like that, or hey, can you do this for us real quick? Do like a little intro for we got you, son. You know what I'm saying? And
oh yeah, don't forget to tell Jessica I say hello.
I'm gonna tell. Look, she had just texted me because I did a photo shoot today, and I was asking them to help me pick. Because she literally just texted me her choices of the pictures. So let me see if I can text her, and I'll tell her I'm on the.
Man, but this was this was years ago, and I'm pretty sure John, probably met her before me or something, but shit, this was years and years and years ago. I think maybe like freshman or sophomore or some shit. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. That's old. It's old. That's old shit now. So,
she probably gonna say something weird too.
That's Jessica. She's so quirky.
That's weird. She got a boxer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I remember that.
My little nephew, I call him Matt. I have a joke about me calling my sisters and my siblings kids or pets. They're my nieces and nephews.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
That shit probably. That shit probably funny. Oh, I'm over here crying laughing.
After we whenever he cut the recording, I'll tell it to y'all because that one they be laughing at it too. I'll be like,
look, man, we can go on all night. We've been
hold on, Chris. I need you to hit that again. All right, go ahead.
But yeah, man, we've been in this thing about 3 hours, gentlemen. We appreciate
it's been amazing. It's fun.
Yeah. Anytime, like I say, anytime you want to come back, some Saturdays we're gonna have a few different people in, you know what I'm saying, do like a group thing, you know what I'm saying? Like we talked about yesterday, just kind of rub elbow with different motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Come up here, just bullshit and talk joke politics, you know what I'm saying? So, we appreciate you anytime, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna clip these things up, send them, shoot them to you.
Yes. And please don't forget that intro with the guy that you just did. I need that. Intro.
Gotcha. You said what
She talking about with Rich Graham. You did that episode.
Episode. I saw a clip that Warren posted.
I got you.
Yeah. You can send you the episode.
I got you. I'm gonna shoot you the joint right now. I got you. I got you, sir.
Just tell him, hey, I got somebody that you need to talk to or would like to talk to you. Look.
I got you. I'm gonna see what I can do. I ain't gonna say, you know what I'm saying, I'm plugged in, but I'm gonna see what
he might need another character or something.
If he open to it, that's good. But I would definitely put up this on mine. I'll make sure I put a little dollars and boost it behind it so that my folks can see it. Check me out on this podcast.
Gotcha. I got you, man. I got you. I'm gonna shoot you the joint right now, man. Well, we appreciate you, man. I mean, if you want to give us a little drop, that's cool. Hey, man, you rocking with the country cousins or something like that. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. That's cool. All right. Go ahead.
My country cousins. Tune in, plug in, tap in.
God damn, all right. Right there, man. Appreciate it.
He do that salute with it. Yeah.
Yes. You know he a Carolina fan.
Yeah.
Carolina. I worked at Carolina. That's why I'm just like, dang.
Damn, you don't work there. Well, cuz make sure you're
a Carolina fan, right?
I could be a parch maker. You said what?
You're a Carolina fan, right?
I'm a Duke fan.
Oh.
I worked at Carolina for almost 3 years.
We won tonight. We won, even though it don't matter this year.
You won against who played?
We played Duke tonight. We beat y'all.
Well, I don't keep up with stuff. Where am I at? I've been over here the last 3 hours.
Yeah, hell yeah, that's true.
Oh, no, that was earlier today. That was at 6 o'clock.
Oh, earlier.
Yeah, we played guys 6. But it don't matter. You're a Hoosier now, so.
No, I'm not. I don't claim it. I rebuke it.
All right, gentlemen. You take it
easy.
Man.
Thank y'all. Bring me back. I'll come back.
All right, man, you already know. Anytime you're welcome.
Hey, we might have to bring her back for the next for the episode in the Babe Cave.
Yeah,
definitely, man, definitely. We got an episode coming up. It's dope. She, one of John homegirls. She's a behavioral analyst. We're gonna have her on again. We got an episode I need to chop up and make some clips of that too. but we're gonna do that damn thing too. So you know what I'm saying? Come on back, man. Black women empowerment movement type thing. You feel me?
Yes, all about it. We got to stick together.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Well, thank
All
you.
right.
Look, go ahead and get your nightcap while you a free man and
You already,
take it easy.
you already know it, man. You take care now.
All right, take it easy.
All right.
Peace.
Yeah.